right. Yeah, I can now finally go live after what was that, a little timeout. So, I mean, I know what you want me to wear now. You want me to put this hood on too, and I'll be like this. I'll be like a druid priest, like coming through in the live stream, because apparently, my live stream by TikTok gets misconstrued for being other things, but it's all good. So I don't even know what we're gonna talk about here. I got my cut water mix here because that's how we roll. Hey Shelly, good to see you. Thank you for joining. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Whoa, you love my content. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, it seems that like the TikTok bots aren't like a huge fan of my content because they think that I'm doing adult things, which I mean, we all are adults here, aren't we? So shouldn't we be talking about adult topics like we're all over 18? You know what I mean? Hey, Dark Matter. Thank you. Yeah, this is like my little nun outfit here. I don't know if I should put the hood and even cover my face and just talk like this, you know what I mean? Because apparently, I don't know what TikTok thinks I'm doing, but there's nothing for sale here, you know what I'm saying? But apparently that was the quote violation that I got, that I was soliciting extracurricular activities, which I was not. So I'm like, where did that come from? But then I was like, if any of you saw the video, I'm like, well, I always say to myself, I'm so sexy. So apparently that got through the TikTok bots. So anything that I do, I could just breathe and it's like, oh my God, you're too sexy. You got to get off here. So that's what it is. I had a whole bunch of topics, but they're on my phone and I'm talking on my phone. And I just realized that I'm talking on my phone, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm sure we're going to get the chat rolling at, oh, look, now I see a comment. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. You see, I'm not even doing that. That's just whatever bots they got going on in the chat. That's what they got going on. Like, I don't have, I mean, I guess you can say I'm in control of everything, but whatever. Maybe there's a comment that is not in alignment with me. That's why I never get to see them. But I got my Arrowhead flat water, and then I have my cut water mix over here, which I like to call Buddha juice. And I think the next live I might be sipping a dirty martini, like an extra filthy martini with like a whole lot of olive brine and the pimento olives. They say it's good with blue cheese olives, but I like pimento olives, and maybe I'll be sipping that. I just need to buy some vermouth. What is that called? Vermouth. I just need to buy some of that. I'm not really a vodka motherfucker, but whatever. If it got enough olive brine, I'll do it because I'm an olive hoe. So that's what we're gonna talk about. But the thing that I want to get started, I guess we're gonna get started with a sermon like we always do. Hey, the architect author, glad you're here. Thank you for joining. Here's something that I just want to say, and it's very, very flatline, okay? It's very, very flatline. If you are in the state of the wish fulfilled, you are not going to question if you are in the state of the wish fulfilled. Period. That's it. Ooh, LM, what's up? Glad you're here. Ashley, good to see you as always. So if you are questioning, if you are asking, if you're wondering, am I doing this correctly? Am I doing something wrong? I've been doing it for this amount of time. Thank you for the gift, Ashley. But this has happened, but that's not happening. All of that is egoistic monkey mind chatter. It's trying to figure out logistics. It's trying to problem solve. It's trying to say, if technique A didn't work, let's try technique B. You're not in the state of the wish fulfilled. You might be for a portion, but if you were totally in the state of the wish fulfilled, the state of the wish fulfilled, it feels like nothing. Okay, and here's the thing that like a lot of individuals, I'm gonna say misconstrued, that's word of the evening. I don't know. I don't know what time it is where you guys are. But you know, it's evening time around these parts. So, I'm gonna just say evening, but morning, afternoon, whatever, wherever you guys are at, okay? Y2K Ass Crack, what is up? Thank you for joining. If you are questioning if you are doing something correctly, or you're looking at timing, you're not in the state of the wish fulfilled. The state of the wish fulfilled, cut water already hitting, right? If you're in the state of the wish fulfilled, you're not going to question it. You're not going to think about it. You're not going to give 5 shits about what's happening out there. The only thing that you care about is what's going on in here. That is the state of the wish fulfilled. And this is why people are like, they get confused, because a lot of times when someone says, oh, feeling is a secret, blah, 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 it's like, it can be misleading, because it's like, it kind of, in my opinion, implies that you have to be in like this constant euphoria, right? And you don't, because the naturalness of the feeling, I'm always go back to Neville Goddard, because that's how I first learned about the law, okay? Like NG is the OG in my OP opinion. So it feels natural. So how do you feel right now? Everyone in the chat, if you so desire. You don't need to answer in the chat. You don't need to answer at all. Just look down and tell me what color shirt you're wearing. As we can see, I'm in all black. Now, if you were to answer that, right? I'm wearing all black. That's what it is. Am I like, I'm wearing all black? Am I like, I'm wearing all black? No, that's what it is. I'm wearing all black. Now what? What is anyone going to do about it? Nothing, because it is. And that is the mentality that you want to take with you when you are on this manifestation journey. You want to process the information as though it is as natural as what color shirt are you wearing. You're wearing whatever color shirt. You don't feel any type of way about it. It just is. What is anyone going to do about it? They're not going to do jack shit about it, because it's a fact. And that's where you have to be mentally with the thing. And if you have to go full delulu in your mind and keep telling yourself the same thing over and over, if you have to just brush your shoulders off anytime the 3D tries to show you different, it's like I always say, it's like you swipe a video away that you have no interest in. A video about calculus comes on my feed. I'm going to swipe away because I don't give a shit. I don't care. I have no interest in calculus. Algebra. What? Why? What? No, I'm going to swipe away. Now, a video about like the bubonic plague doctor masks when they're wearing the long beak. If that comes across my timeline, ooh, I'ma be into that. I'ma be liking it. I'ma be sharing it. I'ma be commenting on it. I'ma be doing things to myself looking at that plague doctor mask. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my thing. Okay. So this is how the algorithm of your mind works. So however you're looking at the 3D, the perfect metaphor, in my opinion, you look at it like the TikTok algorithm. Something comes up. Oh no, you're going to get triggered, right? You're going to get triggered because who knows? And it don't even matter. Take a deep breath. Okay. Yeah, that occurred. Swipe away. That's not telling me who I am or who I'm not. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is that a lot of individuals take the 3D so personally, and that's why they are keeping themselves stuck in the same situation. The plague, oh hell yeah, Bree, I love it. The plague of I think it was 1665 to 1666. That's when the plague doctor mask with the beak came out. Oh, I've made homies dress up in those costumes, and we've had a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like the plague doctor mask. Okay, I like it. It's my thing. Might be a kink. I don't know. We can't really get too much into that because, you know, TikTok is gonna say, oh no. But yeah. Anyway. Ooh, thank you for the gift, Jasmine girl. Welcome to the chat, beautiful. Glad you're here. You love that for me. Ooh, Tiny Diny. Thank you for that. I've been seeing Tiny Diny. I'd be getting these TikTok alerts and they say Tiny Diny. And I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about how to add music or anything into the lives. But like, you know, I'm kind of like tiptoeing around because I don't know if even me just sitting here is like, I'm too sexy for it. Like the last one was, which is actually really funny. But that's how you want to look at the 3D, okay? The state of the wish fulfilled is, oh, thank you, LM. The state of the wish fulfilled is like you look down, I'm wearing black. Now what? That's it. It's so neutral. It is so neutral. It is the most neutral thing. It's the way that you know your name. It's the way that you know where you live. It's the way that you know anything that is going on. That is the state of the wish fulfilled. And this is where, like, you know, a lot of individuals like get the law of attraction and law of assumption kind of like twisted, but it's really the same thing. But the law of attraction, it kind of sounds like you have to feel good all the time, and that's not true, okay? Because like I said, the CEO of $1 billion company can go out one night at a bar that he owns, or she, or they, okay? This person, this individual owns the bar. They go out, they get obliterated, okay? They're hungover, they're feeling like shit the next morning. Do they still know that they're the CEO of $1 billion company? Was that taken from them because they feel like shit because they got hungover? No, it wasn't. So that's where you want to be if a 3D circumstance pops up. Is that going to change who you are? No, because you're not reliant on the 3D to tell you who you are. And so many times in the manifestation community, it's like, people will compare their ooh, thank you for the roses. They'll compare. Ooh, happy to be aligned with you too. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the roses. You have to be so in the knowing that the thing is already done, that the 3D it can't tell you anything. It cannot tell you anything. So let's say a video about calculus comes up, okay, in my FYP, and I have no interest in that. Am I gonna get mad at it? Am I gonna start calling every homie and be like, yo, but I don't think about calculus. Why did a video about calculus come on my feed? There must be something wrong with me. I must be doing something wrong because I'm manifesting plague doctor and calculus came up. No. Who is going to do that? But when a 3D circumstance shows up, many individuals do not look at that circumstance with the same neutrality as they would a video on TikTok. And I understand that because your nervous system is all like, oh shit, what's happening here, right? And you could feel butthurt, or you could feel pissed, or you could feel like what something is not working. And however you're feeling, it don't matter because that doesn't change who the fuck you are. So if you're gonna sit there and you're gonna look at a circumstance and you're gonna try to overanalyze it, you're gonna try to be like, oh, but I must have done something wrong. Oh, and here's one of my personal favorites. It's like someone will be like, every area in my life is good aside from this. Raise your hand if you know what the answer is to that. Because you're saying every circumstance, every area, every sector of your life is good aside from that. So what you think is going to happen? That's what you've been saying. So it has no choice but to show up. So you want to be mindful of even how you joke, even how you talk about things to your homies, because here's the thing, okay? And I tell you, I would do this all the time back in the day. I would call every single one of my friends and I would vent about whatever the fuck it was. And I would go on and I'd be pissed and I would be like, fuck this and fuck that. What was that doing? What was that doing? That was just keeping that shit alive in my psyche. And then I realized, listen, I'm a hot-headed ass motherfucker. I'm an Aries. I have Sagittarius rising. I'm impulsive. I'm like, you don't even need to ignite shit. I'm already ready to go. Always. Okay. So if I'm ready to go and if I feel myself getting heated over a circumstance, what I'm going to do, I'm going to deep breathe. Or I'm gonna do that thing that I posted in one of my recent videos. I'm gonna go like, look, I'm gonna look real fucking weird right now, but I don't care, right? This is what I do. Maybe not in public. I mean, but like if I feel something and I'm in a place where I can do it, I'm gonna go like, and I'm gonna literally spit out the energy. Maybe not literal spit, like you know what I mean? But I'm gonna blow out like really fucking hard. You see, I probably can't even say that because TikTok is gonna like flag the video or some shit. But I go like this and I like push it away from me. I push it away. I said no, okay? Because what happens when you are hot-headed, and everyone, you know, I know there's individuals that are stoic and everyone is different, but if you feel yourself reacting in any way to a circumstance, whether it's constriction or anxiety or fear or tension or you want to freeze, no matter what it is. Because my basic instinct, like I don't like something, that's me. Okay, maybe for someone else it's like, I don't know. Okay, maybe for someone else it's like this. I don't know. Okay, but whatever that uncomfortable emotion is, okay, you're gonna either slow your breathing, exhale it out, or you're gonna shake it out and like literally imagine the energy being pushed away from you, because that's what it is. Because see, and I think I said this on my last my most recent live that I can't even post because it's, whatever. Anyway, I don't want to harp on it. I'm not mentioning that again because that's not going to happen again. So let's not do it. But anyway, on my last live stream, I said Joe Dispenza talks about this a lot. And like, you know, it's kind of like, it's your reality. You can agree with someone or you don't need to agree with them. It's up to you. But I'm in resonance with this, what Joe Dispenza says. And he gets into it in depth more than I do. Okay, like he talks about like the ins and outs of the science behind it. And he says that your baseline personality is like stored in emotions, right? Okay, so you could be consciously like, yeah, I'm the shit, everything is good, but then if something triggers you, your baseline personality, it's stored in emotions. So the dominant emotion that is stored within you is going to come up in your nervous system. Okay, so for me, if my go-to is like I'm hot-headed and temperamental, I'm gonna get angry. If someone else is to like cry, they're gonna cry. If someone else is to freeze, they're gonna freeze, right? But that baseline emotion that does not feel good that comes up if you are triggered, that is what you are getting rid of every time you do not feed into it again. And I know how it sounds because the times that I've been angry and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Aries and that Mars shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it makes me feel so much better. It really does. It's literally, I don't want to say literally, but like, it's kind of like a literal representation of what like an exorcism would be like, because you're casting that energy out. You're just like, get it out, whatever it is. So even if you're crying, even if you're like freezing, oh, thank you for the gift, whatever that emotion is, if you feel yourself getting triggered and you want to call up the homie to vent to them or whatever, My suggestion is, sure, if you have people in your life that, you know, they know what's going on with you and shit like that, like, and if you want to talk to them about what's going on, I don't see an issue with that. But my issue is like, which in my opinion, I think your issue should also be, once you just tell it to one person. If you're that upset and you need just someone to listen, just tell it to one person or talk to yourself. I talk to myself all the fucking time, and I answer myself too. I have conversations. But yeah, it's all good. It's fine. I'll let it out. Okay. One time, just let it out once. But then if you think about it again tomorrow, you're perpetuating the cycle. And that's what Joe Dispenza talks about when he says that it's like your thoughts become your beliefs, and your beliefs become your personality. I forget exactly how he words it, but it's very, very true, because everyone, in my opinion, has a baseline of, number one, how they react, number two, what their dominant story that triggers them is. Okay, because I've met many individuals, okay, and if I'm telling them about a circumstance, they're like, wow, like, how do you not care about that? I'm like, because I don't give a shit. And they're like, whoa. But then if I'm talking to them, I'm like, but how do you not care about that? And they're like, because I don't give a shit. So you have to understand that everyone's journey is unique and specific to them. And this is why we all want different things with the manifestations. We all have different triggers. We all have different things that bother us. So, for example, if someone were to tell me, you have big fake titties, I'm not going to find that as an insult. I'll be like, yeah, and well, someone else, they might be like, no, they're natural. What do you mean? They're natural, whatever. Okay. So do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to be aware of what your triggers are, because that's the story that your nervous system and the emotions that Joe Dispenza talks about is attached to. That's what the nervous system is. The nervous system is attached to a story. Okay? Nerves, right? Your nerves. Okay? Nervous system. I seen this meme one time, and I seen a few times, and it was like, it just showed the brain, and it showed like a bunch of nerves, and there was nothing else. It was like I guess a science experiment or something. It said, this is all you are. It's just the brain connected to the nerves, because you don't, by scientific, at least that's what they say, you don't really feel pain. It's your nerve, and I mean physical pain, whatever. Okay, it's like if someone puts a hand on a hot stove, they're not really feeling the pain, but the nervous system is the thing that's triggering them to move their hand away. It's not that they feel the pain, but the nervous system is sending the fucking signal of pain, because it's saying, this is not good for you. If you leave your hand on a hot stove and you didn't feel pain, I mean, how could that end up? You know what I'm saying? So you're not even feeling anything. It's just the nervous system is telling you by an uncomfortable sensation in your vessel, whether it's an emotion or like a physical visceral reaction. It's saying you don't want to go there, stay the fuck away. But the other thing that Joe Dispenza says, okay, and I don't agree with every single thing that he says, but in my opinion, you know, if you are interested in this, he does explain it very, very well, the concept that I'm speaking of now. He says that when someone is so accustomed to, like, let's say someone is just constant anxiety, okay, it doesn't feel good. Right? Because if someone is constantly, I don't know if I think my water cup has a leak or something. I don't know. Maybe I buy a new mug. I have no idea. Or is it just defrosting? I don't know if it's defrosting, but there's something dripping on me. Oh, Jesus. What is happening? Doesn't matter. Anyway, that's how easily I get distracted. But so if someone is accustomed to being nervous or anxious all the time, right? That's their baseline. Okay, so like he says, that becomes your baseline personality. So they'll just accept to an extent, well, this is just how I am. And then they'll start saying that they're always a nervous person, they always have anxiety or whatever. They've accepted it, even though it doesn't feel good. And it's really what the nervous system is doing, is saying you need to back the fuck away from whatever it is you're thinking about, because it's not good for you. They're so used to it that they accept that feeling of anxiety as natural because they're used to it. So it's kind of like, if someone is just eating, I don't eat meat, but whatever, let's just say someone is eating spam, and then all of a sudden they have like filet mignon. Like, if you're used to spam, and I know someone's gonna come on here and say spam is good, you just gotta season it and prepare with whatever, okay, just go with the analogy, don't take it up the butt, okay. If someone is used to eating spam out of a can, just like that, and then they have filet mignon, okay, they've kind of accepted that spam is like the best that they've had in terms of meat, but then they have the filet mignon, they're like, oh, that is extra tasty, that is so good. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. So when someone is in this state of like, they're constantly angry, or they're constantly on edge, or they're constantly, I don't know, did I say anxious? I don't know, cut water kicking in. That's their baseline. They're used to it. They are not even having the awareness that something can be better. Or they have a set baseline where if something is feeling good to them, and I mean more positive, more neutral, right? Like, because even individuals who are just, they've kind of dealt with their demons, so to speak, even if something comes up that might be triggering for them in the 3D, they're just like, okay, whatever. Like they swipe away, they don't let it get to them. But someone who is predominantly in that place of fear and anxiety, thinking things that have to go wrong for them, you know what I mean? That's where they're at. So they keep creating from that place. And the shit feeling that you have, the uncomfortable feeling that you have, is your nervous system telling you, just like, get your hand off the hot stove. You don't want to think those thoughts. They're not good for you. It's like a Geiger counter. Oh shit, we bought, what was that, 1950s nuclear, whatever the hell. We brought a Geiger counter. It's like checking for radioactivity. And what it's saying you don't want to go there. It's radioactive. It's harmful. If it's a thought, if it's an emotion, that's why it doesn't feel good. Okay. So that's what you want to keep in mind. The state of the wish fulfilled is not euphoria 24/7. You're kind of chill. If something happens, you observe it. If it's not something you prefer, you turn your attention away. If it's something that you prefer, you say, oh, wow, yeah, I like this. That was great. Amazing. But you don't get swayed either way. That's why there's this saying, I think it's this Buddhist saying. And it goes like, what happens before enlightenment? Chop wood, carry water. I don't even know if that's a real saying, but something like that. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Okay? After enlightenment, what do? Chop wood, carry water. Nothing extremely insane happens. Like, yes, you might have weird experiences in the 3D when you up level in consciousness, right? Just because you're aware of things that are behind the veil, but you're still operating the same. You're still going through the same motions you would, but you're looking at it through a different lens, through a different filter. That's what that means, in my opinion. I don't know if that's what that really means, but in my opinion, it does. So there's no euphoric feeling, but what Joe Dispenza also said, I don't know, this should be ode to Joe Dispenza or some shit. I don't know, whatever. I resonate with a lot of what he says, but sometimes I'm like, no, but whatever. Okay. In my opinion, with him talking about emotions, okay? And also in that book, Power versus Force, I think it's David Hawkins, there's a scale that I recommend to people, okay? If your baseline is like below average, like if you're feeling constantly anxious about a certain area, then you want to evaluate that, right? Because that's your nervous system signaling like you can't continue to think this way, like this is bad for you. That's why it's making you uncomfortable. It's the parameters of the software controlling the hardware. It's like a connection. It's like saying, it's like the game controller, right, is computing through the wire to the computer what you want to see, what you want the avatar to do. And it's like, don't do this. We're warning you. That's why it gives you that signal that feels uncomfortable. Okay. So you want to stop it right there. And so let's look at this scale. You know what? I'm going to bring up this scale because I fucking feel like it. I never know what's going to go on these lives. I never know. Jesus Christ. Here we go. The fucking, I don't know how this got set on like private where I need to put my fucking print because I don't even care about having a passcode. Okay, unlock. Cool. Yeah, let's do this. Oh my God. I am so not tech savvy. Okay, this is what I was looking for. The book is called Power versus Force. Okay, cool. So here's a scale. This is probably not gonna be easy to see on here, but okay. I'm just gonna look at one. So let's say you are feeling fear, okay? Fear would be in like one of the lower energetic centers, okay? If there's an area in your life, if there's an app that you mostly feel fear in, the way that you would do it is you would look at the map of consciousness from the book Power versus Force by David Hawkins. So what is the next step up from fear? It's desire. So you would want to try to at least move up in that emotional scale. So whenever you think of that thing, you're like, fear, okay, but I want this. And if I want it, it's okay that I have it, right? So that's what I would recommend to anyone who is, you know, in kind of wondering about what balancing emotions is. Of course you can do it in one shot, okay? Of course you can, you know, but in certain areas, if there's like a long-standing deep-rooted subconscious belief, it might not be the easiest to do it in one shot. So I recommend looking at that scale, and then you would look for what is the next most positive thing. Okay, let me aim for that. Whenever this topic crosses my mind, let me aim for something at least a little bit better, and then go with that. And then that's how you balance the emotions so that your baseline in that area, it comes to true neutral, okay? Because the thing right before neutrality is courage, okay? Right before, you have to have the courage to know that this works and know that you can change yourself. And this leads me to my next topic. With individuals that I have talked with and worked with personally, the biggest difference, okay, between those who get what they want rapidly and those who it takes a bit of quote linear time, or they're not noticing any changes, the biggest difference, the person that gets what they want, they believe in themselves and that they can do it. That's the only difference. They don't have a doubt in themselves. And the individuals that get what they want rapidly, they are not looking at the 3D. And if they do look at the 3D, they're looking at it briefly and they're saying, okay, that's not what I want, and they keep on track. So those are the things. Everyone is different, okay? Whether you want to visualize, whether you want to affirm, script, it does not matter. Listen to subliminals. You could do all of that. But if you do not believe in yourself and know that you can do it, you're going to be in doubt. You're going to be in frustration. You're going to continue to look to the outside when you need to be changing what is going on in your mind. Those are the biggest differences. Belief in oneself and persistence, no matter what the 3D says, compared to someone who is looking at time. But I've been manifesting for X amount of years. Nothing has happened. But this just happened in 3D. But why did this happen in 3D? But I was on my mental diet and this still happened in 3D. That's all talk from the ego. That's all talk from the ego. So you can do this. Anyone can do this. But the differences that I've seen, those who get results rapidly, they're just like, I'm going in. Like they go all in. And if something happens in the 3D, yeah, they might waver for a second. They might question it, but they're not dwelling there. And they're not going to let it, like imagine you climbing a flight of stairs, okay? You believe in yourself, you believe in yourself. Now on the 5th step, it's like you see something or you think something and you're like, you might stop on the 5th step for like a second and you're like, but I'm going to the top of the staircase anyway. Moving on. And you keep climbing. Someone who does not get what they want quickly is going to remain on the 5th step. And they're going to be looking around. They'll be like, but I must have done something wrong. But there must be something wrong with me. But this is not working. But it worked before. But I need to find a new technique. But it's been this much time and it's been that much time. They're going to stop on the 5th step. And they're going to forget that the top of the staircase is even there. And that's the difference that I see in metaphorical format. You keep going no matter what. No matter how you are feeling. No matter what you're thinking. I mean, ideally, you don't want to be thinking negatively. But if there's a negative thought or even a few that cross your mind throughout the day, you be the observer of it. You don't participate in it, right? It's like you watching a fucking football game. You watching it. You the observer. Are you participating? Are you the one getting tackled and slammed from behind? You know what I'm saying? Nah, you watching. You drinking, you eating some hot dogs and shit. You just the observer. You're there to have a good time. You're not in it. Right? You just observe the thought. Oh, that's funny. Okay. And you keep it going and you keep it flowing. That's what you do. You don't participate in it. Don't participate in something that you don't want no part of. I tell you. Like, I don't even know what's going on in the chat. I don't even know how long I was talking. I'm wondering if that little puzzle piece is going to come up. I don't know what the original question was, but someone commented manifesting the opposite. You cannot manifest the opposite because the only thing that's aware of opposites is the ego. That's the judgment. Right, wrong, good, bad, what I want, what I don't want, right? You can't manifest the opposite. That's the ego looking at the 3D, trying to decipher meaning in something that is indecipherable. You cannot manifest the opposite. You stay the course, okay? You swipe away from the thing you don't want. That's it. Hey, Kay, what is up? Thank you for joining. Woohoo! You hate when someone says something to trigger you, implying the opposite of your manifestation. Hey, Emerald, thank you for joining. But the thing is, it's still you getting triggered, and you have to remember that the other person is you. So if you still didn't have some sort of doubt or uncertainty, fear, anxiety, you know what I mean, then that person cannot repeat that to you. Do you see what I mean? Because if they did repeat that to you and that story was no longer in your operating system, you wouldn't be triggered. So there's still, if something triggers you, that means that there's something there. And this goes for everyone. So it's like, do we want to be in a padded cell and not maneuver through life and live the life of our dreams, right? Like, we're here in vessels to enjoy it. Okay, but like, if anyone is constantly triggered by someone saying something, someone doing something by the outside, it's still coming from within you. So in order for anyone to have the most optimized experience in a 3D vessel, if you notice that a trigger keeps surfacing, it's all coming from you. Not in a way where you deserve that, but in a way where there's a program running that's saying that, address me, or get rid of me, or do something, or do both. Address me. Oh, this is a trigger. What does that mean about a story that I must carry about myself? Okay, I'm gonna let that story go. And you let it go. But ideally, you wouldn't want to be triggered. I mean, who wants to be triggered, you know? But still, it's like, if the saying is everyone is you pushed out, and like, let's say someone is manifesting like $50 million, okay? And then like they check their bank balance, they don't see it. It's like, is the person going to get triggered? Oh no, why isn't it here, right? Or are they going to be like, oh, must be a bank error in my favor because I have my $50 million, right? Do you see what I'm saying? It's all your perspective. It's all a filter that you're putting on the thing. So if there is an unfavorable story still active within you, you're going to be triggered. Now, let's say it's a favorable story. I'm going to be honest. If it's a favorable story, you're likely not going to feel anything. It's just going to be assumed. You're not going to think about it. Like, every time I go to the casino, I win $5,000. You're not going to feel euphoric. It's just going to be a dominant expectation. That's it. It's like you open the fridge, you expect cold air to be coming out, right? Like it's the same thing. So how you can tell you have a positive story running in the background, you're not going to feel anything. If it's a negative story, that nervous system is going to kick in. It's going to get you triggered. It's going to say, here's parameters of the game. You have this going on. Do you wish to proceed? And then it's up to you to change that. Hey, Sherry, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Hey, Genesis. Woo, thank you for joining. I see Shelly just entered the chat again. Hell yeah. Aw, thank you. I like to explain in metaphors, so I mean, I'm glad that resonates with you. Oh yeah, Shelly, I still got my cut water. I'm about to get a refill soon. LM, thought transmission is always active even when the person is asleep, because when someone is asleep, their consciousness is still functioning. So it doesn't matter if they're sleeping, if they're awake, it doesn't matter. They could be getting a cosmetic procedure under general anesthesia and the thought transmission is still working because the person, their nervous system is still attuned, okay? And that's my opinion. The thought transmission, it works through the nervous system. That's how, oh wow, I just channeled some weird shit. And this is just my opinion, guys. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But I was talking about the nervous system, and then you answer that question. So the nervous system is always functioning, right? Okay, it's like the breath, it's always functioning because it's alerting you to different things. So the nervous system is constantly picking up on different energies and different awarenesses, okay? So if you, as the only thinker, observer, perceiver, are summoning someone, right? It's like your nervous system is doing that because it's like all compartmentalized in the brain that's receiving and sending signals, okay? So the other person's nervous system is attuned to you when you summon them, when you think about them. So they could be asleep, their nervous system is still running, they're still breathing. They could be in surgery, their nervous system is still running, they're still breathing, right? Like, do you see what I'm saying? This is why when I've heard stories like this, people have been in comas, right? And then like a loved one comes to visit them and they're like, oh, if you could hear my voice or some shit, like squeeze my hand, or they'll like say, I don't know, whatever, right? They'll say some shit and the person fucking squeezes their hand, but they're in a coma. Or like when they come out of it, they'll be like, yeah, I heard you talking to me. Because it's the nervous system. It's the antenna. The nervous system is the antenna. I don't know if anyone has ever said this before, but holy shit, that was so deep and profound for me. Oh my God. The nervous system is the antenna. This is why sometimes you feel uneasy around certain people, right? And you're like, I really can't put my finger on it, but like, because they're broadcasting a signal that you, the only observer, you're picking up. And whatever that you're tuned into, and this is kind of gonna go on like psychic shit, okay? But in my opinion, everyone has psychic ability, and you know, yes, we are the only creator of our experience, but does that mean that we cannot flip channels and see what others are broadcasting, just like we flip from Netflix to Hulu to Peacock or whatever it is, right? We can do that. So if we're flipped in, let's call them person J and person X, okay? We're around person J, our nervous system, the antenna, and their nervous system, their antenna. It's like, okay, there's something in the frequency. Person J, I feel a little weird around them. I don't know why, but like they're not doing anything, but your nervous system is the antenna and it's picking up the undercurrents about person J. Whereas person X, you're around person X and you're just like, I don't even know person X. Like I met person X 2 seconds ago, but I'm really enjoying this, right? That's your nervous system. Okay. So is anyone creating your experience for you? No. But in my opinion, okay, as someone, listen, I've had so many psychic experiences. Okay. I do psychic readings. I've channeled deities. I've channeled people's crossed over loved ones. I've channeled energies of places and different people. I've read people's minds, okay? I am telling you, the nervous system is the antenna, okay? It's the antenna. So yes, I'm creating my experience, but the others, they're also broadcasting whatever it is they're broadcasting. I just happen to tune in. Oh, let me look at person J. Whoa. That's kind of, I don't know what's going on. There's some funky ass energy with person J, person X. Ooh, yeah, person X is the shit. I'm feeling person X. It's the nervous system. So that's how, to answer the original question, I don't even know, LM, if you're still in the chat, but I mean, thank you for the inspirational question, I guess, because I went on a Sermon on the Mount. The nervous system is the antenna. And that is how you are giving and receiving signals to others. It's all in the nervous system. That's why and I'm sure a lot of you in the chat have experienced this, where you go to a particular place and you're like, something feels off here. There's something weird. Or if you meet a particular person, you're like, ooh, I don't know about that. Or if you go to a certain place, you're like, yeah, I'm feeling this. Or if you meet a particular person, you're like, yeah, I like this. And it makes no logical sense, because the nervous system is the antenna from the God self to the humanoid vessel. Oh my God, I'm channeling. Oh shit, I want another cut water. Oh my God. Whew. Oh my God, I'm seeing it. Okay, whoa. Okay, so it's the antenna, right? And it's picking up whatever signal is being broadcast, okay? So you have to keep in mind that, in my opinion, psychic ability, able to pick up in other dimensions and energies of people, yes, that's a very real thing. Of course, again, I believe in it. So if someone doesn't believe in that, even if they're into manifestation, like they're not going to experience that. But the nervous system is the antenna, and that's how, you can pick up on someone's energy with the thought transmission. Okay, so if, let's say, you are wanting to send a signal to someone, you want to keep in mind, okay, first of all, you don't want to hold them in contempt, like, I can't stand this motherfucker, or, I mean, unless you really, your thought transmission is not something favorable, then by all means, you know what I mean? But their nervous system is picking it up. It's like a wireless broadcast, okay? So if you're like, I can't stand this motherfucker, I don't want to be near them, they're going to disappear from my life forever, whatever, right? It's like you're saying that consciously, but your nervous system is the thing that's sending that signal to their nervous system, because that's how everyone is connected in this matrix, through the nervous system. And then they're going to pick up on those signals and they're going to disappear out of your experience. And remember, it only works the way that you want it, because you can pick up on their energy because you're the only observer. Okay, that's why you can say, I know this motherfucker's in love with me, and they might, they might not give you the time of day, but if you're like, no, they're in love with me, right? You're already picking up on something in their nervous system that you're sensing, and you're giving them that cycle of information that they're receiving, that maybe they weren't even aware of. And then one day they just, like, because their nervous system is the antenna and was picking that up the whole time, they're like, I'm in love with you. And you're like, oh shit, they finally admitted it. Do you see what I'm saying? So in my opinion, that's how it works. It's like the antenna. This will get posted on YouTube because I don't even remember what I just said. Like, I went on to a whole thing, but basically the nervous system and thought transmission is always working because it's like an antenna, just because the TV is shut off. So if a person is sleeping, you know what I mean? It's like, that's what it is. Okay. Your TV is shut off. It doesn't mean that the Netflix doesn't exist. Okay. It can receive the signals, just that the TV is off. So if someone is sleeping, they're still picking up by way of nervous system. Shelly, are you talking to me? I don't know. If you're talking to me, of course you can message me, unless you're talking to someone else in the chat. I was not even... Ashley, you always trust your nervous system's reaction to people. Definitely. Hell yeah, the largest zoom out in the cosmos looks like a nervous system. Yeah, it does. And if you look at like what they say is space compared to like the humanoid brain, and how like the neurons and neural pathways connect, it looks exactly the same, because the space is your brain, the space is your mind. There's no outer space, there's inner space, right? Because everything comes from you. But of course, we're not taught that. We're taught things that are, upside down and backwards. Jamie, oh my God, where have I been on YouTube? I need to start uploading more to YouTube. It's just that I've had so much going on in the 3D that like to sit and film like a super long YouTube video. Like I literally have not had like quote time, but I need to catch up on the YouTube. So thank you for reminding me about that. Yes, my videos will be sped up, because when I'm sitting editing a video, I'm just like, oh my God, so boring, hearing gaps in between talking. Like, so I don't know, that's just a heads up for anyone who's not into the sped up videos. That's how I roll. I like things fast. I like things lightning speed. There are plenty of other people out there if you're not into that, you know what I mean? But I like everything fast, direct, to the point. We're getting you the information. We don't need a long intro. It's like, what do you want? Boom, here's how to get it. And I do believe that I have everything. Do you know that like when I watch TikTok videos, honestly, when I even because I pretty much put all of them on like 2x speed, I'm like, this is still too slow. Like there needs to be like a 10x speed, because I can't, I like it fast. I don't want to keep, oh, here comes a beautiful puzzle piece. I don't want to keep you watching a video for 30 minutes when in that 30 minutes you could have cut out half the time, made it 15 minutes, and then get to doing what you're doing mentally. I'm not here to waste no one's time, especially not mine. Like, I'm not here to waste time. That's why I like things fast. I like things instant. I like things like, now you see it, now you don't. So exactly. Like, I'm sure that there are individuals that have great content, but whenever someone is talking slow or they give an intro, or I'm like, okay, goodbye. Like, I can't, I'm not. And maybe it's not for everyone, but it's definitely for me. Exactly, LM. You get to the point. Watching a movie at 2x speed. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. 2x speed. Like, we need 10x speed. Like, I can't. I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, we don't need foreplay. Like, let's just get right to it. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Hey, Shaggy. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. I got my cut water here. I think I'm due for a refill. I feel it kind of like, hold on, let me check my sippy cup, how much is left here. I don't know if I should get a refill. I think I probably will, because I mean, that's how I roll. The last time I went to go take a break from the live, like, I got kicked off, so I don't even know if I should go, like, leave the screen and get a refill. I'm like paranoid now, but you know what? I don't want to continue that story. So let's just assume everything is perfect. Hey, from Melbourne. Hell yeah. What is up, Australia? I'm so excited. I will get to Australia. I keep saying that. I will get there. I want to go to the Gold Coast, and I don't need to be, and I want to go to that, what is that rock called? Uluru or something? I don't know how to pronounce it, because I heard that the stargazing there is wonderful. Even if we're not on a real planet, I still want to look at whatever the fuck they have going on over there. The live cut off so fast. It did? I don't know. Woo, you're going live this week. Hell yeah, Shaggy. You definitely should. Ooh, I don't know what happened with the last live. I literally just went because I had to like use the restroom because I was drinking cut water. And then I came back and it said this live has been banned, and I couldn't even like download it to upload to YouTube. So I'm like, I don't know if I should bring you guys with me to like refill the cut water. Like, I don't know what I should do here. With my queefing cup over here. Maybe I don't know how to mute it. I don't know how to do anything on here aside from like just press live and put like a title. I don't know. Okay, this song is kind of like, let's should I take you guys with me? Oh, all right, let's see. We're gonna, I have you guys on a tripod. Let's see if this works. Let's see. All right. Wow, the lighting is super different in here. I look like a completely different individual. If I knew how to mute lives, I don't know if I have to stay. I mean, y'all want to see? I have to go grocery shop, and I ain't got nothing in the fridge. Field trip, hell yeah! Cause I got my cut water up in here. I got me the I got. Ooh, Nelson, you're welcome. I got me my mango margarita. Oh yeah, new view unlocked. Hell yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna make sure that I get everything. Yeah, come on, get that little last bit out. All right, that was a great little field trip. The espresso martini one of Cutwater, I am not sure. I tried the White Russian one, and that one was pretty good. But the one, oh, you know what I really like now is the Buzz Balls. Definitely to the last drop. I like the Buzz Ball. Yo, Buzz Balls to me, even though they're smaller, they are way more potent to me than the Cutwater. Like I tried it was Choco Loco, and it to me, that the Buzz Ball Choco Loco, whatever, it tastes like espresso martini. Yeah, the White Russian one is pretty good. It's like thick. It really depends. Like if you like a thicker type of, like, it kind of reminds me of Bailey's Irish Cream. But the mango margarita, they're thin. I don't know how to describe it. Really? Buzz balls are less than Cutwaters? Oh my God. Yeah, for me, it's the opposite. I'm like, I don't know what they put in the buzz ball, but the Cutwater for me, it works well with my system for whatever reason. Like I always feel good. I never tried the beatbox. Maybe that should be the next live stream. I should do the the beatbox. Really? I mean, everyone is different, you know? So I think, like, I guess it kind of depends. Like I've been good with, like, and I don't drink a lot. So like I'm feeling this one Cutwater. I feel one Buzz Ball. If I were to have a beatbox, I mean, that looks bigger than like both of them together. So I don't know if I'd even be able to handle that. Like, I remember I bought this beer. Yes, I've tried soju. I did not like those for my system. I said, nope. I was like, we can't do, I mean, they taste really good. I think there's like a strawberry flavor that I really like. But it was not working for me. I was like, no, we can't have this again. But I think maybe for the next one, like if I ever do like a morning live stream, I'm gonna just pour a little Choco Loco Buzz Ball in my coffee, because I tried it with coffee and that shit is so banging. In coffee. Oh my God. Oh, I used to take kava tea and the kava capsules. They're super relaxing. I mean, I don't really get a buzz from them. The thing that I have gotten a buzz from, which is a supplement, is GABA. And I'm like, whoa, like GABA, like to me, like I've taken GABA and I'm like, whoa, I need to like lay down in child's pose or some shit like that, because it was like insane. Like I started feeling it. Like I mean, I don't know. It's supposed to relax you, but to me, it made me, I was like I felt like my body was like lava, which is so weird. Oh, I be on my wine all the time, all the time. I typically drink like a glass of wine with my main meal of the day, and that's it. But like the Cutwater and all that, I'll do it like socially or something, but like not GABA with a B, GABA. That supplement, I don't know what was going on. I was like, oh, I was like, okay, Jesus, Mary, and Buddha, what is up? Oh, yeah, definitely. If you have a glass of wine, shower, and eat, that is the most relaxing experience. I'm right there with you. They say kava raises your psychic abilities, but bad for the kidneys. I don't know. I mean, I was drinking. I personally never really felt any effect with kava. But the thing that really raises psychic abilities is just to not consume a lot of fluoride. And how you do that is, number one, I mean, if you're in the United States, I don't know how it is for other countries, you get yourself a water pitcher and you make sure that it filters out fluoride. specifically because that calcifies the pineal gland. But do I garden? Oh my God, I absolutely do not have a green thumb. I absolutely do not. I don't garden. I don't think I could keep like a fake plant alive, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I think that requires a lot of patience, and I'm just, I don't know. I'm not patient. You know what I mean? That's what, oh my God. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's be mindful of the. No, with MJ, how we hang out, we usually like have a candy. You know what I mean? Like we have a candy together when I hang out with MJ. I thought you meant actual gardening. You see that's how like untuned into the 3D. I'm like, what? Like I have no clue ever what's going on in 3D. I just want to be completely honest. Like I live in my mind completely. How do I get by in the 3D? I'm moved. I said, let the spirit move me, and I don't even think about it. Yeah, I mean, I could do that, but like, I don't know. It's not really my thing. I prefer, candies. Pay attention to days or time. Yeah, exactly. A last point. Hell, same. Unless it's like me getting my lashes or like my nails done, I'm like, okay. Or if I have like some beauty treatment lined up, I'm just like, okay, I don't care. Like it doesn't matter. Do I meditate? That's kind of like an interesting question because in my opinion, anything can be meditation. It doesn't mean that you need to be sitting there in like lotus position in complete silence. Meditation just means that your mind is not full of worry or discord. Your mind is just focused on whatever you're doing in the moment. So do I meditate? Yes. Intentionally? No. But when I'm meditating, I could be lying by the pool and I'm listening to music and I'm just in the moment and I'm feeling the beats. That's meditation. If I'm in the shower, if I'm enjoying the way the hot water feels, that's meditation. Even talking right now, to me, this is a form of meditation because my mind is not elsewhere. So all it is in my opinion, is just, it's not something that you need to strive to do. It's just like, you're in the present moment. You're just, yeah, I'm chilling. All is well. Everything is perfect. Well, if you want to manifest a healthy body, no illness, you're going to start saying that about yourself. And you're definitely not going to call attention to something that you perceive as a problem. It's the same with any manifestation. You always feel great. You feel better and better every day. This cut water. Woo. It's okay. It's okay. How to manifest a restraining order away? What restraining order? What are you talking about? There's no restraining order. What are you calling attention to? Something you don't want? Then you want to stop doing that. Yes. You don't call attention to something you don't want. I did try the lemon drop one. That one was really good too. To me, it was like super sour, which I liked, but it was also a little bit sweet. I think I've tried, my favorite so far of the cut water had been the strawberry margarita. The strawberry margarita. I could write poems about the strawberry margarita. I definitely can. Anyone in here, if your ego is perceiving a problem, you're going to go into Delulu land. We're going to welcome you with open arms and we're going to say welcome. There are no problems here. All is well. Everything is perfect. How do you want it to be? Let's not look at things as the ego looks at them. Let's look at things from the third eye perspective. How do you see yourself? Hell yeah. Oh, I love the strawberry. You know, it's so weird. I don't really fuck with tequila too much. Like when I go out, what ego exactly? I mean, typically I'll have wine because you really can't, anywhere that you go, you can't fuck up a glass of wine because it's a glass of wine. You know what I mean? Like someplace they make their drinks better than others. So a safe bet for me is always wine because it's like, what are you going to do with that? Nothing. But the thing with me is that I just like, if I'm making a drink myself, I will perfect that. And I am a really good bartender when the mood strikes, but like, you know, I have to be into what I'm drinking, you know. I don't like the taste of alcohol. Like, so whatever's in there could be like a shit ton of alcohol. As long as I don't taste it, I'm good. Is someone put a strawberry margarita in a trap to catch me? Well, hey, don't say that unless you want the trap to be a good one. You know what I mean? Unless in that trap there's going to be more strawberry margaritas for free for your enjoyment. No, Kay, you are the specific person. You are, not them. You. It all comes back to you. You are specific to them. They are not specific to you because you can have anyone you want. You are the only option for them. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's see what song I should put now. I know I've been talking for like over an hour. I had on this really nice... Are we doing this again? Oh God. I had on this really nice beach mix of music, which like I thought would have been lit in the live, but I was like, you know what? If I try to post on YouTube, it's probably going to be like copywritten. So I just have like, I have this cute little dog in front of a fireplace. I think it's a German Shepherd, just sleeping in front of a fireplace with like crackling fire. So I don't know if any of you hear that, but I'd like to add music to my live stream. But I think if I were to post on YouTube after, I think it would probably get taken down. So namaste. Well, I don't know what time it is where everyone is. I mean, I know time doesn't exist, but you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's got what a time. $9:57, Sherry. Oh, nice. So you're in central United States, I'm thinking. Oh, you just subscribed to my YouTube. Thank you so much. Yes, I am going to get on that. 11:57. Is that Eastern Standard Time? Mountain Time. Cool. Okay, cool. Thank you. Callie, what is up? I always love asking. Okay, I'm going to ask this because I ask this in every chat. Where are you guys from and what's your zodiac sign? I'm originally born and raised in New York City, and I'm an Aries. Ooh, oh, yo, we got Virgos in the house already. Holla, what is up? Jersey, I love Jersey. Vegas, Aries, holla, Central Oklahoma, Virgo, Florida, Virgo, Orange County, California, Aries. Yo, there's a lot of Virgos. Montreal, Aquarius, California, Gemini, Arizona, Sagittarius, Ontario, California, Pisces. Oh, I love Ontario. It's so beautiful there. And Rancho Cucamonga, I never know how to pronounce it. Canada and Capricorn, SoCal. Virgo, Mauritius. Oh my God. I've seen so many pictures. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Mauritius. But yo, I've seen so many pictures. It looks so beautiful. I definitely want to visit there. Montreal is beautiful too. Aquarius, holla. We got a lot of Virgos in the chat. That is so interesting. I do want to go to is that how you say, is it Mauritius or is it Mauritius? Is that all, is that near Madagascar? Or are they like, that's, because I've seen Madagascar and I've seen Mauritius. I know they're separate, but like, is that off the coast of one? Okay, yes. I know off the coast of Africa, but is Mauritius off of like Madagascar, or is it off of like another country? Oh, you know what looks so beautiful in Africa? Tanzania. I don't know how to pronounce anything. But it looks so beautiful. Oh my God. It really does. And Kenya too. South Africa. Oh, I love that mountain area in South Africa where the beach is, where they filmed that episode of Black Mirror. Ooh, it's so beautiful. Like I need to get to Africa like at a certain point because it's so beautiful. Oh, you speak French, English, and Creole. I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Awesome. Yeah, I love to travel in case anyone doesn't know. But there are so many places I'm gonna go. And as long as like the climate is tropical, which I'm pretty sure Mauritius, tropical climate year round, warm, 365, I'm there. I love a warm climate. I don't know what else we should. Favorite success stories. Let's see. I mean, I don't want to. Are you talking about like me or people I've worked with? Because I don't really like to get into like personal details of people I work with, just because that's not my story to tell. But what do you think about the religion of Islam? I'm not familiar with Islam, so I have no thoughts on Islam. I have no idea. I'm not familiar with Judaism. I'm not familiar with Buddhism. I'm not familiar with Hinduism. The only thing I'm familiar with is Roman Catholic Christianity. So I'm not even familiar with any other branches of Christianity. So I don't speak on religions. What I do know about religions is that from what I've studied from them is that I agree with certain things and certain things I don't agree with. A favorite place I've traveled to, I would have to say it would be Dubai and Hawaii. Ooh, Sherry, people telling you look smaller. Hell yeah, that's right. Get it, girl. Yeah, I mean, people I work with one-on-one, it's kind of like, that's, you know what I mean? That's not my story to tell. Ooh, multiple culturals in Mauritius. I love it. I want to go. The flight time from here, oh my God. I'd probably have to like transfer planes or something. Well, yeah, I mean, religion and law of assumption, it's kind of up to the observer's perspective. Like, I know people who are religious, but they also are into law of assumption, and, it's on them. But, like, am I religious? No. Am I open to hearing about other people's religion and their beliefs? Sure. But, like, I don't personally follow any religion. But my favorite success stories are the ones where I've gotten totally delulu, where I was saying for years that I want to live in Beverly Hills, and I had no, like, this is even before that I knew about law of assumption or manifestation or anything. And I was just saying, I'm living in Beverly Hills. And I remember I would look at, like, the map of, like, Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive, and I would see all these places, and I'm like, I live there. I ended up moving to Beverly Hills 90210. And it wasn't something that I planned for or expected, or, like, I didn't, like I said, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just like, I'm gonna live in Beverly Hills. It was just a blind, it wasn't even an assumption. I just kept saying it, and it fucking happened. So that's one of my favorite manifestation success stories, because, like, for people to say, and I know they had, like, 2 versions of the show, Beverly Hills 90210. Like, they had, like, an older version in, like, the 90s, and they had, like, another, they tried to revamp it, like, 10 years later. But, like, it was so famous to me that I was like, and of course it could be societal programming, Beverly Hills 90210, but I literally, my zip code on my mailing address was Beverly Hills 90210, and I was like, fuck yeah, this shit is lit. And I didn't know about manifestation at the time. And I didn't, it's not that I believed it or I didn't believe it, I just kept saying it. So that goes to prove that you don't need to believe it. If you just keep saying it, just like right now, I keep saying I'm receiving $20 million cash US dollars. It's not monopoly money. It's $20 million. I'm receiving it. It's mine, free and clear. Okay, that's what it is. So how it comes to pass, it's not up for me to decide. So I just keep saying it. Yeah, $20 million out of nowhere. And people are like, what? I'm like, they're like, but you need to, I don't need to do shit, but just say it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I am with all of that. Like, looking back on it, with manifesting, my thing, my baseline has always been optimism. Like, it's always been optimism. Like, no matter what is happening, I'm always like, this is good. This is getting better. This is good. Like, that's my baseline, no matter what it is. And I think that has really, really helped me in just maneuvering through this 3D Earth matrix. Like, and if you look up the traits of Aries and Sagittarius, it's optimism. Like, there does not need to be a shred of evidence, but I'll just go with it. And it fucking works out. Normalize doing nothing. Exactly. Oh, you were missing my lives? Well, I'm glad you joined. Hell yeah, Aries gang, what is up? Less resistance. Yeah, the thing is, like, because everything is already done, the only thing for you to do is get the fuck out of the way. Like, get out of the way. So whatever it is you want, because I just told you a story about living in Beverly Hills 90210. I didn't know about manifestation. I didn't believe it. I did not believe it. I just kept saying it. And I would just look at pictures of Beverly Hills, and I would look at the maps of like the streets. And I was just like, yeah, I live there. I didn't know what I was doing. And it happened under the most interesting circumstances, but the circumstances were natural. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, when the thing shows up in 3D, it's going to seem natural. Because remember, naturalness is a wish fulfilled, right? So it's natural. It's like, okay, like, yeah, this just it's kind of like what Neville says, the bridge of incidents can be seen through hindsight. It's not going to necessarily be seen while it's happening unless you're like attuned. And in my opinion, I consider myself very attuned. So I can see the bridge now being built in front of me. And I'm like, oh, this is what's happening. And I can see it. And I'm sure a lot of you have had instances of that as well. But when you become very attuned to, like, you know, energetically assessing where you're at, you can literally see the bridge of incidents being built in front of you. It's fucking amazing. Nelson, how often do I go on lives? I don't have a schedule of going on lives. I just I pop on because time doesn't exist. So I just pop on whenever I feel like it. But the lives, aside from the most recent one, they do go on YouTube. So if you're not around, you know, if I'm on a live stream, you can always check my YouTube, which is the same username as my name on here. Sherry, girl. When the cut water tells me, that's right. The cut water. I bend over for the cut water, Sherry. You know it. When the cut water says you get on a live, my ass gets on a live. Hell yeah. You keep affirming and visualizing, but you're struggling to get into the feeling. You don't need to get into the feeling. You'll need to get into the feeling. As long as you're at a place of neutrality, baseline neutral, which is where you're not feeling super anxious, you're not feeling doubtful or angry or fearful, movement is already happening. So see what brings you to the place of neutrality. You don't have to aim for euphoria. It just has to be neutral, the way that you know your name. You don't need to do anything further than that. You know what I'm saying? How do you stop feeling doubtful, anxious? If a feeling arises that you don't like, you deep breathe through it, or you shake it out. Because I have, if you're interested, I went into this earlier in the live where I went more in depth with this. This is going to be posted on my YouTube. But basically, that feeling of doubtfulness or being anxious is just coming from your nervous system. And you want to do something physical to get that sensation out. Whether it's deep breathing or it's just, you know, you shake it out, or you go for a walk or a drive or a run. I recommend doing something physical. El the Bell, what is up? Paula, thank you for joining. Woo. You work when I'm live, you know, everything you do during live will hell yeah, exactly, Sherry. You got that right. Exactly. You want to revise the humiliation rituals you went through. Well, okay. I think my comments like kind of froze here. Love you too, OG. I have a question for you. You don't need to answer in the chat. You don't need to answer to me, but ask yourself, what made you think that you were humiliated? That's coming from the ego. Because you are the Lord and there is none else. You are the all, the source, the universe, the higher self, whatever you want to call it, whatever is comfortable for you. So you never want to look at you being humiliated. You don't want to talk that way about yourself. You want to talk about yourself being empowered. Ooh, thank you for the gift. So however you want to look at that, you replace the word humiliation with empowerment. That's it. You don't ever want to look at yourself as a victim. Not in your reality, honey. No, in your reality, you are victor. Okay? Woo. Yes, the live will be posted on YouTube at some point. Time doesn't exist, but at some point. Probably I usually post them. I'm pretty good with posting them within like 24 hours. It just depends on how long the live is and how long it takes to like upload and download. Having to do things that were against your will. So if you really want to, number one, in my personal opinion, if you want to revise that, you want to put yourself in a place of empowerment and you being the one as a dominating force in those situations, or you can just say, you know what, whatever happened, but it happened to empower who I am now, so I never experience that again, and I recognize that in others so I can stay away from them. Like, I don't know your exact situation, I don't want to go into too much detail, but like, you either put yourself in a position of power where in the previous situation you weren't, or you just say, you know what, I'm gonna wipe my hands of this situation, that never happened. And if it did, you know what, it brought me to who I am now, and who I am now is amazing. So fuck anyone who did any of that shit. That's what I would do. Well, if you're saying it feels like an initiation ritual, then that's how it's going to be. So you want to perceive it differently. You don't need a ritual to apply for anything. You are welcome everywhere because you are the Lord and there is none else. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Start thinking that way. I am accepted. I'm respected. I'm loved for exactly as I am right now. And what? That's how you want to start viewing yourself. No one in this chat, I don't want to hear about none of y'all putting yourself in a victim mindset. I don't want to hear about it, because all of you are victorious in whatever you set out to do. It's that ego trying to keep you in that box of being a victim so you stay in the same place. That's all it is. Don't listen to it. And you're going to get to a point where you're just like, I am victor in my reality. That's it. Now what? What you gonna do? Nothing, bitch. Because no one and no thing does shit in my reality without my permission. Because I am the Lord and there is none else. So if anyone in the chat, and I don't know everyone's situation, it's not my business. But if you have ever felt victimized, cut that motherfucker out. That identity of you that felt victimized, they no longer exist. I am the Lord and there is none else. You approach me with respect or you don't approach me at all and you stay the fuck away from me. Now what? I recommend, if anyone is in that mentality, you say self-empowerment affirmations. This is self-concept. What I was talking about earlier with the power versus force, that scale, this is where you want to go. If you feel shame, if you feel guilt, if you feel regret, victim mentality, you get rid of those motherfuckers. And if someone did something, okay, that you happen to be involved with, and a former version of you felt powerless against that individual, what I recommend, and this might not be for everyone, but you bring that motherfucker to your attention right now and you look them dead in the eye and you say, who the fuck you think you were fucking with, bitch? I am the Lord and there is none else. If it's a case with a person, or even if it's with a circumstance, but that's how you revise it. You flip the roles, okay? You're not a bottom, you're a top, and you're a dominant top. And there's nothing wrong with being a bottom if that's what you like, but if someone forced you to be a bottom, You're not doing that. You're not doing that. No one's forcing you to do shit. You are top. You are always on top. You are always the only thinker, perceiver, observer, and you're saying, what now, bitch? Guess what? Spike dildo, no lube. Who's on top now? Is it me or is it you? And you do that energetically, of course. I'm not telling you, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? For purposes, this is entertainment. This is in your imagination, and I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. So in your imagination, if you feel like someone wronged you, then you're going to get out your spike dildo and you're going to be the top with no lube. But you're going to look them directly in the eye as you're doing it. And you're going to say, now what, bitch? That's all. And it's a metaphor. Whatever anyone chooses to do sexually, you know, like that's none of my business. But I'm saying, like, energetically, if someone's trying to top you and you felt like you had to bend over and spread your cheeks against your will, that's what you do energetically to that motherfucker. And that takes your power back. You say, what now? And that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything physically. And I don't, you know, for the purpose of this video, I don't condone doing anything to someone physically against their will. But in your mind, you're going to go in and you're going to revise it that way. Spike dildo, no lube. Who's the top now, bitch? It definitely ain't you. It's me. What's my name? Wait, what's my name? No. Say my name. What's my name, bitch? Who's your daddy, bitch? Me. I am the Lord and there is none else. So anyway, if anyone has ever felt victimized by a person, that's what you do energetically in your mind. Okay? In your mind. That's what you do. And you and my recommendation, you keep going into that imaginal scene, or if you're not imaginative, you could write it down or you could say affirmations or whatever. You keep doing that until you feel more neutral about the situation, like you have the upper hand and they do not. That's how you claim your power back over a person, if that's what you sense you need to do. Technically, the power was always yours, but in certain instances, whoever it is, any type of relations, you claim your power by doing that. Dominatrix, hell yeah. Exactly. You always are in charge, but you know, the thing is, you have to be in charge in your mind. Okay? And if you're, listen, if you want to be in a submissive state with someone, bro, that ain't none of my business. You want to be submissive? Okay. But you have to want that. Okay? You see what I'm saying? You have to want that. If that's not something that's resonating with you, but you're just being submissive, and I don't mean just in a, you know, in an adult way. Okay? I mean, if you're submissive energetically to someone and you don't want that, my dude, you don't need to do that. Why are you being submissive when you the boss? You the only thinker. You the only perceiver. Who are they? They are only thinking whatever you think that they're thinking. So if you're saying, oh, but I have to be mindful how I talk around this person because they're going to think, yeah, because you just said they're going to think that way, so therefore they are. So, hey, Erica, thank you for joining. Woohoo. Oh, thank you. My makeup eats. Thank you. Favorite way to manifest money. I just think of an amount that I want and it appears. Like that's my favorite way to manifest money. I don't think of how. I say in like a magical, perfect way, just so there's like no chaos. You know what I mean? But I just think of an amount and I'm like, yeah, it's mine. That's it. Boom. That's it. And I don't get in the way of it. Advice on eviction. All the coaches seem to only talk about money or SP. Okay, so here's the thing. That is a story. No matter how it looks in 3D, that is a story, okay? It's a 3D circumstance. It presented itself to you. So I'm going to ask you, and you don't have to answer me, you don't have to answer in the chat, but answer yourself. What do you want to happen? That cup water. Do you want to stay in that place? Or do you want to move to a better place? That's it. Just decide. If you want to stay in that place, all is well, everything is perfect. Nothing ever happened. You're welcome there as long as you wish. If you want to move to a better place, where is the place that you want to go? Neighborhood, a particular address, whatever it is. I'm so happy and grateful that I was able to move to this place. That's it. So you decide what you want. And if you are feeling anxious, or if you are feeling fear or doubt or anything, you calm yourself down. That's what you do. You either shake it out, like I did that weird example, or you breathe it out. If you want to move to somewhere cheaper, but the luxury of the place, then, okay, first of all, you have to decide, okay? You want to move somewhere cheaper, so you're already there. Okay, so if that's the decision that you made, then you want the luxurious ambiance. So look at places and just say, here's where I'm living. Pick a place, pick a neighborhood, pick what amenities you want, pick what furnishings you want. I'm already living here. It worked out perfectly for me. I don't know how, but it worked out perfectly. And that's something you can say. If you really don't know how something is going to work out, if it seems like it's something that to the ego is impossible, you just say, I don't know how, but it worked out perfectly for me. You pick where you want to be. And that's it. That's it. If that's your decision, then no eviction matters. It matters where you're placing yourself now, in a better place. However it happens, you're going to flow with it, but you're going to see yourself already being in that place. Oh, you manifested $300 plus last summer because of me and my hypnosis. Woo! Oh, I love that. That is amazing. Congratulations. I love hearing success stories like this. See, I don't share success stories with people that I work with personally, because that's their private business. But I love it when you guys come on here and you share, just what you learn by looking at the content. Princess Angel, love you, girl. Thank you for joining, gorgeous. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, if you're thinking why you keep manifesting issues with that place and you want to be at another place, you're already there. That's it. Don't even think of the first place. Think of where you want to be. You need to book another coaching session? Hit me up on WhatsApp. Definitely, we can do that, Princess Angel. Sherry, I know doing these letters on this live with you, I will get a new listing. Girl, a new listing. How about 20 new listings? How do you ignore the 3D if you think you've been ghosted? You're going to stop saying that you've been ghosted. You're going to say, this person is always contacting me. They're addicted to my energy. They can't live without me, period. Yo, 20 new listings, Sherry. Exactly. Ooh, thank you for the gift. Advice on chronic illness. Okay, number one, and I have to say this, I am not a medical professional. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am fully delulu. I am crazy, and no one should ever listen to my advice. That being said, for entertainment purposes, you don't want to identify with an illness no matter what anyone has said to you. You don't want to identify with it. You want to put that in the past. You might want to say, I used to, whatever it is. Okay. Or you might want to, ideally you would say, I enjoy perfect health. I'm always feeling well. I'm always feeling good. Okay. Hey, Monikara, what is up? Thank you for joining, gorgeous. Glad to see you. But you don't want to look at something you don't want because that's just going to perpetuate it. You know what I mean? Oh, I heard that too, Emerald. I'm not going to say what you said, but yeah, I heard that too. That's what's come up in my feed. And I'm like, yeah, because they used to, back in the day, they used to like give people like water to drink out of, like with copper glasses and everything, because copper was known to like help, I don't know, it had some beneficial effects. And then they would give people like sunbathing lounges, and they would give people linen sheets and all these things. And then it kind of turned over into something else. I'm not going to expound further on that, but look into copper glasses, sunbathing, like sun decks, and linen sheets, because that's what purportedly they took away. You know what I mean? Can you share how you develop your mindset when full Delulu, like what my story is? Girl, I don't know if this is gonna be believable, but I was always full Delulu. I don't watch medical shows either. I don't really watch anything other than like quantum physics content and stuff like that. I've always been full Delulu. I was gonna drink my water and now I didn't. But there is more proof that I'm full Delulu. So I've always been very into my imagination, ever since a little kid, and I didn't know what it was back then, so I called it psychic ability. But like, I would imagine things, or I would think something and then it would happen, and then I'm like, oh, I'm psychic. And I never physically did anything to make these things happen. So I just assumed, which, I mean, I still assume I'm psychic. I know I'm like, you know, whatever. Everyone, in my opinion, is psychic. But I would see things happening without me doing anything physically to do it. So I kind of have always been Delulu. Like, I've never been logical. Like, I don't know how much you're into astrology, but I have no earth signs in my chart. I have not one earth sign. So anything physical, logical, grounded, and I believe in astrology. So of course it's going to resonate with me. If someone doesn't believe in astrology, it's not going to resonate with them, but I have no earth signs. So even things that I'm supposed to do physically, how I get through them, I don't even know. Because I'm like, I don't know what's happening. And I kind of I surrender, and I let whatever higher self, source, God, universe do it for me. So I've always been like that. I just thought it was psychic rather than manifestation, which they kind of coincide. Maybe I'll make a video about that, but I was always like this. I don't remember not being like it. Leah, you struggle to be Delulu. Well, you got to get back in that mindset, my friend. You know, if you're a dreamer, that's what it is, because your imagination is the only reality. So what brings you into that place of calm where you feel like you can just go into your imagination? You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, you know, because for everyone is different. But if you're feeling like, you know, you're too in your logical mind, what you need to do is relax. So everyone is different. You know, for someone, relaxing might be going for a run. For someone, relaxing might be just taking a nap. But what I recommend is, before you go to sleep, is you want to see if you can say some affirmations or do a visual if you're not into affirmations, and just imagine something that is bringing pleasure to your physical vessel. Or, and here's something I've heard, okay, and here's something I personally do. The O method, let me put my druid priest hood on, the O method. Okay, if you're super grounded and you're super logical, I recommend this because I've done it, and I do this to manifest money. Okay, I do this to manifest money. But you want to do the O method because at that point, whatever you're thinking about at that point, you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's like a release of energy. It's a release of the logical tension that is built up against that thing that you want, causing the resistance. So I would recommend that if you're super logical, because a lot of times and this is just something I personally noticed, I don't know if it's true, but people that are super like logical, how is this going to happen? Like they tend to be very stressed in their mind, and that's an immediate body release. Deep breathe, shake it out, but that right there, and you set the intention, and at the point of that, you think about the thing that you want, or you say an affirmation, or you picture the visual, and you just keep doing it. That's how you release tension, stress from the logical mind. Physically, it's letting it out. That's right. How would you recommend changing a challenging belief that is Michelle Mouse? What is up, gorgeous? Thank you for joining. Good to see you. How would you recommend changing a challenging belief that is harder to stay on top of? Okay, so if you've identified what the belief is, you want to pick an affirmation that doesn't cause your ego to get bent out of shape. You know what I mean? So you want to say something that is going to calm the ego down in the moment, that addresses a core belief. So if the core belief, and I'm just saying a general one, if the core belief is someone has to work hard for money, you're going to say, I get paid to exist, or you're going to say money flows to me easily, or whatever, you know, whatever your situation is. Okay. You're going to test out opposite statements for affirmations for what the core belief is. And you're going to see which one calms you down and makes you feel the most at peace. And then you're going to repeat that one for that specific belief. Do you ever revise the 3D when something unfavorable is said or is happening? No, I ignore the 3D. Well, if you're asking me personally, I personally ignore the 3D. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm like, you're welcome. I'm like, okay, and then like, if I feel my nervous system getting like, well, I'm just like, but like, the thing is, I've been doing this now for like a few years. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I've trained myself not to look at the 3D, and you'll get there too if you're not there already. But at a certain point, the 3D could literally be like posting billboards and text messaging you and posting on social media, and you're just like, okay, because you're just going to get so into who you are and what you want that you're not even going to care. So I don't personally, I don't waste my time revising shit. I just don't look at it. I'm like, that never happened. It's like you're gaslighting yourself in a way, kind of like, what never happened? What? But that, what are you talking about? No, wait, something happened. And then someone will be like, or your ego will be like, yeah, but that happened. I'm like, no, it didn't. And the ego is like, yeah, we have receipts. And I'm like, are you okay? Ego, are you okay? Because that that never happened in my reality. Are you well? So like that's what I personally do. And it will get easier. It will get easier. Um, okay, guys, if anyone has trauma, okay, and I'm not like, everyone perceives trauma differently, so person A can perceive event A as traumatic, while person B might not, and person B might perceive scenario B as traumatic and person A might not. Okay, so whatever your trauma is, I don't, it's none of my business what it is, but if something has traumatized you, in my personal opinion, I recommend that you look at if you can narrate the trauma down to one sentence of how that trauma made you feel, now you go to the opposite. Okay, so if the trauma made you feel like a victim, disempowered, whatever it is, okay, unseen, unheard, I am seen, I am heard, everyone appreciates me, everyone gives me celebrity status treatment. Okay, you would see what thought or statement comes up when you think about that trauma, and then you go with the opposite. And if the opposite is too contradicting to your ego, right? Because if someone has never felt valued and then they start saying, I'm the most valuable motherfucker of all time, I'm the real MVP, the ego might be like, bitch, wait, what? You know what I mean? So then you're going to soften it. You're going to say, why am I always being shown how valuable I am? Why am I always being shown how much people respect me? Or you can say it, every day I'm seeing more evidence how valued I am. I am. I'm cut water. But yeah, I would recommend identifying it to like, how did that make you feel? Go with the opposite feeling, turn that into an affirmation that makes you feel calm. And it's going to be different for everyone. Okay. Because I don't know what the trauma is, only you do. I don't know how you would articulate the trauma, only you do. So what is the opposite of that? If it's too much to affirm the opposite of that trauma, then you're gonna say a softening statement. And you're gonna keep saying that, and you're gonna say it in moments when you're relaxed, especially like if you're doing nothing, just so you're like lubing up the subconscious mind, okay? Because this is a time we're using lube. We're going to soften it. We could ask it as a question. Why am I so valued? Why are people always showing me how much they appreciate me? And here's a tip. For me personally, the subconscious mind, it's very like rhythmic. It's like flowing, where the conscious mind is just like, we're down to business. This is what it is. The subconscious is like fluid. So you want to be a little sing-songy with the subconscious when you're saying your affirmations, especially if it's something about like self-concept having to do with trauma or something, because the subconscious wants to be lubed up. The conscious mind is just ready to go. Like we good. You know what I'm saying? The subconscious wants a little like stimulation. Like, why am I so valued? I am so valued. Why am I so valued? You say it in kind of a way where it's like seductive to the subconscious, because that's where the belief is stored. Because your conscious mind can sit there and be like, I'm not traumatized. And the subconscious is like, it's like that. It's like, and the subconscious mind it's like the conscious mind, like I always say, is a search bar in Google. You're typing it in, right? Like you're typing in, I don't even know, I'm typing in cut water, okay? I'm typing in cut water. Every day I'm typing in cut water, cut water, cut water. It's just point blank, right? But if for the past 10 years I was typing in can't be understood, no one understands me, I feel isolated, can't be understood, I go with the letter C for Cutwater. Subconscious mind, the Google search history is going to come up with you can't be understood. And I'm like, well, I'm searching for Cutwater. You can't be understood. No one understands you. And then the conscious mind is be like, but I'm looking for Cutwater. And the subconscious is going to bring up things in feelings and visuals. So that's why you want to be gentle with the subconscious mind. The conscious mind, my dog, you could be no lube spike dildo. That's all I'm saying. Subconscious, you want to lube it up. You want to lube it up. You want to make it feel comfortable. So how you can tell if the subconscious mind is comfortable or not is if when you're saying an affirmation or a statement about yourself, how are you feeling? Because like I said, the Google browser is going to bring it up. The subconscious mind is going to bring it up in a feeling. It's going to bring it up in a visual. Remember the time that, okay. What if we asked you a question, subconscious mind? How did that make you feel? Subconscious mind is feeling. Subconscious mind is visual. Subconscious mind is suggestive. You do not give, and Bruce Lipton talks about this. If anyone is interested, I mentioned Joe Dispenza today, and Monica, I missed the Cutwater lives too. Ooh, Trishala, gorgeous. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Princess Angel, that's why sometimes it hurts to say the affirmations, because the subconscious mind is not, it's been getting a search history. Trishala, love you, girl. Miss THC, hello. Blue Ace, what is up? Thank you all for joining. The subconscious mind has been getting so much input that now it's stored, and the subconscious mind is like this, right? The conscious mind is like that. So the subconscious mind is massive compared to the conscious mind, and it's going to come up in feelings. It's going to come up in visuals. That's how it works. So if you type in an affirmation, I am loved and chosen, but the input for who knows how long has been going on. No one loves me. No one gives a fuck about me, right? The subconscious it's just, what do you mean you're loved and chosen? Here's all the reasons why you're not. And it's going to bring up, like in Google Images. Like if I type in Cutwater in Google Images, how many images am I going to get compared to the one thing that I typed in, which was Cutwater? You see what I'm saying? So you have to lube the subconscious mind. You had to be delicate with it. Now, I'm not saying that you can't just change a story overnight, because you can, because I've done it. But in certain areas, you know, it just might not happen overnight, okay? So what you want to do is you want to lube it up. You want to ask it a question. You want to say, why am I so valuable and loved and chosen? Why am I so wealthy? Why is my cash flow increasing every day? Why am I feeling better and better as the days go by? Why is everyone showing me so much more how they appreciate me? You phrase it as a question, or you soften the statement, and then you repeat that. But here's the key, okay? The key is that what you need to do is calibrate with your physical vessel, because the nervous system, yes, this will be on YouTube because all of it is connected, because everything is all connected. So what I was talking earlier about the nervous system, okay? When the nervous system does not spike, when the nervous system is calm, when you feel calm, the way I gave the analogy, look down. What color shirt are you wearing? I'm wearing a black shirt. There's nothing. It's flatline. That's true neutrality. You say a statement or you phrase it as a question, and when it processes in your vessel, the way it processes, the way that you look down and you say what color shirt you're wearing, or even if you're topless, I don't give a fuck, it's going to process as a neutral knowing. You start with that. You lube up the subconscious with that. And then you can continue. Let's say you do the affirmations that your subconscious is on board with and accepting for like 3 days. And then on the 4th day, you're like, you know what? I want to amp it up a little bit. You're going to maybe say, maybe if you phrase it as a question, why am I a millionaire? Maybe you decide like, I am a millionaire. See how that calibrates. See if it's spiking, if it's a flat line. Perfect. This is where you want a flat line. You don't want the nervous system to spike up. The nervous system is the antenna scanning for danger. Okay? So if you are calibrated to the affirmation, your nervous system is going to let you know all the time. So someone can sit and consciously affirm, and yes, robotic affirmations work. But if you do not address the root issue, it's likely not going to last. So if someone is robotically affirming that they are a multimillionaire, but their subconscious is stuck on a story that they're broke as fuck, yeah, the millions are going to come, but guess what? The millions are going to leave. If someone is affirming that the person is in love with them, yeah, the person is going to show up, but the person is going to leave if they don't calibrate what the baseline story is. And how you know what the baseline story that your subconscious is stored in the cache history is what is your initial reaction to every area of your life. So all the apps that I talk about, body image, health, wealth, career, relationships, friends, family, whatever it is, okay? You want to do some homework, you write down the different apps of your life, just like you picture apps on your phone. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Write it down. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just the first thing that comes to mind. That's your baseline. Then you look at how it's processing in your body. Then you look at David Hawkins, Power versus Force. You just search Google Images, the chart. This is processing as anger. What is the next step up? Okay, let's see if I can say an affirmation that is the next step up. And then let's see how it processes in my vessel. Does it process as neutral? Does it process as hopeful? The key is to go up the emotional scale in your affirmations, but it doesn't matter how you're feeling, which I know it's contradictive. Okay, it's contradictory. But you want to go up the emotional scale of your baseline, and it doesn't matter how you're feeling throughout the day. If you're fluctuating, like you're stuck in traffic, are you going to be feeling great? No, most likely not. I mean, if that's something that bothers you, right? But is that affecting that you're at baseline neutral? No, it's just a fluctuation. So you want to monitor where you are dominantly throughout the day. And that is the emotion that you target. You don't need to target, oh, you feel like you're running late to this, and then there was a long line here or whatever. Those emotions, they don't fucking matter. You deep breathe, woo-saw that shit out, or you shake it out, whatever. I'm talking about your baseline. Where's your baseline emotion? That's where you're at. That's your state. And you have a different baseline emotion for every sector of your experience. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. I fucking promise you, if you were to get a piece of fucking paper or notes on your phone or whatever the fuck it is, you write down relationships, friendships, family, career, money, health, body image. If you were to write all those down, and then what's the first thing that comes to mind? And you wrote that shit down, there's going to be a different emotional fucking response to all of them. And that is your baseline. So the apps that are running good, you leave them the fuck alone. If it ain't broke, no need to fix it. Just leave it alone. The shit that's causing a constriction or fear or anxiety, you know what to do about that. So that's my advice. I don't even know where this went, but I had a fucking cold water, so I mean, like I'm okay. I'm really okay for having cold water. I don't even know what's going on in the chat. My cup water's almost finished, and I don't know how long I was talking. Let's see. This is physics. Oh my god, do I listen to subliminals? The things that I listen to are typically like they're either binaural beats or it's just like rain or ocean sounds in general. And if I have something specific that I'm working on, I just record my own voice specifically to what I want. Because I'm like, yeah, for me, ain't no one know what I want more than me. So it's, and again, if you're listening to a subliminal, I don't see anything wrong with that, but it's your intention behind it. It's how you feel after you come out of it. Because I've heard different stories of individuals with subliminals, and some of them have been favorable, some of them have not been favorable. So it's kind of like if you want to listen to a subliminal or someone's guided affirmations, if you feel neutral or decent after, then, you know, continue listening to that. But if you start feeling weird, I would suggest just, you know, finding something else. You know what I mean? Secret 22, you'll be booking a one-on-one session with me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Looking forward to speaking with you. You caught on a subliminal 4 a.m. switchy affirmations, you being addicted to their content. What? Yo, that is wild. What the? Okay, that sounds so like fucking like whacked. What? Who would do such a thing? That is crazy. I mean, unless they're putting that in the subliminal, but still you're the operant power, so you want to tell yourself that, you know, people are addicted to you. You're not addicted to anyone's anything. You know what I mean? You're the operant power, so I wouldn't repeat that story. But yeah, like that's why with subliminals, it's like you don't know what the fuck is in there sometimes. That's why, like, for me, I'm just like, I know my intention better than anyone, so I might as well just say my own voice. It's your intention too. It's like if you listen to a subliminal and you're feeling weird after it, obviously, you know, it might not be the subliminal for you. But if you feel empowered, if you're feeling neutral, if you're feeling good, energized, then yeah, continue listening to it. You know, I'm not here to shade anyone who's doing subliminals. You know, I have heard positive things, but it's me. I'm so, yeah, I don't know, controlling of my own self that I'm like, I'd rather just hear my voice and like a neutral background noise. You know what I mean? So I make my own. That's what I do. But yeah, they definitely work. I mean, but with my manifestations, the thing that really has worked the most is when I wasn't even thinking about them. I turned my attention elsewhere. Boom, it just manifested. Like true neutrality. It's being okay with it. It's being okay without it. And that's really the God state, in my opinion, because it's like the God state is just everything is, so you can't be without it, right? Like you can't. So how to balance that is that you have it, but you're okay without it, and that neutralizes, and you're just like, well, I'm here chilling now, so it is what it is. That's what I have found for me personally, is when I'm just, okay, yeah, it could happen, it might not, whatever. But I also listen, I mean, for me, I'm into the psychic shit. So I also listen to my intuition. And like, if there's something telling me to do something, even if it makes no rhyme or reason in the 3D, I will just continue to do it. or I'll do it like at a whim, and then it turned into something magical. But that's what I do. I don't know. I'm very like, I don't look at the 3D really for anything. I mean, I participate in 3D like very minimally. I mean, I guess you could say I participate daily if you want to, you know, because I take care of myself, you know, I shower, I go to the gym, but like in my mind, I'm just, where am I? I'm where I want to be. I'm just getting, I'm just, where am I? I'm where I want to be. I'm just getting, if you want to make your own affirmations, try the Parrot app. Parrot, like the bird. And you can just record your own affirmations and listen to them on a loop if you want. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, like Lipton iced tea. I'm so weird. That's how I remember things. But yeah, Joe Dispenza talks more about kind of like the science and like the chemical reactions of the neurons in the brain. And Bruce Lipton is more like how the neural pathways in the brain affect the physical vessel. So they're really also another one that is really good, and they have like a video. They have a few videos I think where they talk together. Another guy is Greg Braden, and there's this lecture by Greg Braden called The Divine Matrix, and you could find it on free for YouTube. That is it's like 4 hours long, but I listened to the whole thing. That is the most interesting lecture. I recommend that as well. And they're all real, like they're different, but they talk about things in different ways. So it's really like just finding who resonates with you. So I don't even know what's going on in the chat. Woo. Okay. I don't know if I have like a little, I had to check my what account. Oh. Okay, there's a decent amount left. There's a decent amount left. So I guess we'll just kind of, we'll complete the cut water. Joe Dispenza says to make a mind movie. I mean, honestly, if that's, not everyone is visual, okay, number one. So if someone can create a mind movie, then I think that's very beneficial. But if someone can't, affirmations alone can work, because I have manifested both ways, by envisioning and by just affirming without a visual. So it really depends on the person, you know. Abraham Hicks. The thing is, like, when I first got into this, right, I came into Abraham Hicks because she's very popular, right? Esther Hicks. And I resonated with some of the stuff, but I also found it a bit confusing, because it's like, in my opinion, and listen, she has a lot of success. She's good, like, bro, no shade to her. She doing her thing. Great, amazing, okay? But it's also, in my opinion, that frame of reference can be misleading, because it kind of, in my opinion, shows that you have to feel euphoric all the time. And that's what I originally thought. I was like, yeah, this is great content. Like, I felt good listening to it. I felt inspired listening to it, but I was like, but you don't need to feel good all the time. So when I discovered Neville Goddard, and I don't even know how I discovered Neville Goddard, but like him, I don't care what anyone says. Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel Shinn, to me, and everyone is different. I have never resonated, and I don't resonate with every single thing that they say, but a majority of what they say for me, because they're not into like the feeling of it. They're like, you just assume it. You just declare it. That's what it is. It's like to me, they're very simplified. Whereas Abraham Hicks is kind of like, not that it's not inspiring, but it can be misleading because someone might think that they have to feel a certain way. Whereas with Neville and Florence Scovel Shinn, they're both just like, what do you want? That's what it is. Say it. It's like, it's direct and to the point, and I resonate more with that energy rather than like, even though I'm not logical, but I like if you're going to deliver me some information, I don't want no loop. I don't want no foreplay. I just want you to be like, this is what it is. Just be direct. Just be direct. And that's why I deliver my information the way I do, because I appreciate that. I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, send them love and light and feel the good vibration. Fuck off. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. Seriously. I mean, come on. Yes, Neville Neville Goddard, and you have the same birthday. I love that he died where you currently live. Oh my God, that is wild. Oh, Genesis, she's law of attraction. Yeah, I love Florence too. Like the guys, okay. Every few months, what I do is I re-listen to Florence Scovel Shinn, The Game of Life and How to Play It. And there's, they have people reading it on YouTube, like reading the entire book for free, so you don't have to pay for it. And I listened to Neville Goddard's Barbados story, also on YouTube, where, it's recited. Some of it's like his original voice. Some people say it, whatever, all for free. Those are my go-tos if I want to pick me up. If I want to pick me up, those are my go-tos more than Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton. I mean, you know what I mean? Like those two, because it's just clear. It's like, this is what it is. And it's not a bunch of bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Because I remember reading. I never bought any of the Abraham books, but I remember listening to them and some of their lectures. They have so many lectures on YouTube, right? Monica, the Florence book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. Yes. Nelson, Florence Scovel Shinn, The Game of Life and How to Play It. And Neville Goddard, Barbados story. Ooh, Genesis, nice. Yeah, those two, because it's just like, this is what it is. And those two will always be my go-tos, because when I first started getting into this, right, because I came into this from like the spiritual, I guess, side of whatever you want to call it, internet, Reddit, YouTube. And I remember like Abraham Hicks came up about reality co-creation, and I would listen. I'm like, this sounds nice, but it's still, I'm like, but what do you mean I need to feel good all the time? Like it kind of like, it clicked a little bit, but it was a little too much for me. And like, I channel. So again, Esther Hicks, successful woman, no shade to her whatsoever. Okay. She's doing her thing. Okay. So she channels, I channel as well. So I'm not knocking that she's getting this information from the being that she calls Abraham, the collective consciousness. I'm not shading that. But to me personally, the way that I absorb information does not resonate with that. I absorb information in like, here's what it is. I will use a metaphor that is in your common experience. TikTok algorithm. You don't like it? Swipe the fuck away. It's the same way how your mind works. So the way that Neville Goddard delivers information and the way that Florence Scovel Shinn delivers information, it's just kind of like to the point. And I don't know if they channel. I don't think they channel. From everything that I know about them, they're not channelers. So I'm not shading channeling, because I've channeled. But the way that they portray the information, I'm just like, oh, I feel you. I feel you. I get it. I get it. So what? The game of life? Are you serious? It popped up randomly in your house. What the? Yo, that is wild. Yo, that is lit. Um, you've been acting like Abdullah in your reality, just claiming what I want. Yo, exactly. Yo, Abdullah, I would want to know more about him, because allegedly he trained Joseph Murphy too. And I have that book too. I have the Neville Goddard Complete Collection, the physical book. And I have the Joseph Murphy book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. I resonate with Neville more, just me personally, but Abdullah trained both of them, and I would like to know a bit about him, because he was just, that's a true mystic, as the story goes. You know what I mean? Like, we need Abdullah speaking. Like, we need some of his lectures. Like, slam the door in my face. You are in Barbados, bitch. Get out the way. You know what I mean? Do I listen to Alan Watts? I've heard of Alan Watts. I know that I have a few. I don't have any of his like books, or I don't know if he does lectures, but I have seen some of videos of the things that he says, and I do think they're interesting, but I'm not like super into Alan Watts. If there's this guy, oh my God. Someone, his last name is Tracy, and he's on TikTok. And this is like, I think an older, maybe late 70s, early 80s. I don't know, but there's this guy, his last name is Tracy, and he's a guy, and he gives lectures, and he talks about this type of stuff. I forget, I don't know if his first name was Brian. I don't know. His last name is Tracy, but he talks about like all of these lectures, and it's like from like old, I mean, not old, like Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel shit in like 1930s, but like older, like 70s, 80s. And he, to me, I resonate with the way that he talks as well as Reverend Ike. If you don't know about, and Reverend Ike, I believe is also like late 70s, early 80s. I don't know, time doesn't exist, but this guy Tracy, his last name is Tracy. You can look up Tracy Metaphysics, I don't know. And Reverend Ike. They're really good too. They're really good. And I've only seen them on TikTok. I haven't seen them on YouTube. Brian Tracy. So his first name is Brian. Okay, cool. Yo, Reverend Ike. Sherry, yo, Reverend Ike is the shit. Like, he's just, like, when I listen to Reverend Ike, I'm like, fuck yes. I'm like, whew. I'm like, you tell it to the masses the way it is, because goddamn. Ooh, his stuff is on YouTube. Okay, his energy is just, it's so amazing. I love his energy. And he knows what the fuck he's talking about, seriously. His church was in Brooklyn. Oh shit, I didn't know that he had a church. Ooh, nice, Reverend Ike. Holla. You be walking around like the Pootie Tang. Wow. As you should be, Sherry. As you should be. I know this is contradicting, but I used to be so good at manifesting things. Yo, Sherry, for real. You used to be good at manifesting things, but you feel like you can't no more. You have to have a positive mindset. Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay. I was like one half. And then I'm like, oh, it's one message of two. See, that's how checked into the 3D I am. You feel like you can't no more, but you try to have a positive mindset. If you feel like you can't, you gotta stop saying that. You gotta say, I am the Lord and there is none else. I can do anything that I want. Period. Stop saying you can't. If you can't, that sounds contradicting in and of itself, but if your ego is telling you you can't do something, you want to soften it a little bit. And you want to be like, maybe this is happening right now, but I know that I'm getting through it better than I expected. You want to soften that, okay? You want to soften it if it's something where it feels really challenging, like especially from the ego mentality. You want to be like, what is the most calm thing I can say about this right now? And whatever is going to bring you peace, you go with that statement and you keep saying that statement until you're like ready to, and you'll sense it. You'll sense when you're ready to like align with a more powerful statement. So if you're like, I used to be able to manifest, but now I can't. In my awareness, everything has always worked out perfectly. Everything always has, everything always will. And I see evidence of that every day. Or you phrase it as a question. Why do I always see evidence that I'm such a powerful manifester? And you go with that. You say a statement that is not going to trigger your nervous system. And that's like the best thing that I recommend for anyone. But you don't want to say that you can't. You know what I mean? Because can't is just kind of like, okay, well, now you're agreeing to something that you don't want. So why would you do that consciously? You know what I mean? Now I got a new song on. Whew. When thoughts like that come up for you, am I auditing or authoring? Ooh, that's a good way to look at it. That is a good way to look at it. What's your thoughts on when everything in your life is falling apart? What could be going on? It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. So the first thing that comes to mind, that's your baseline. Now, if it's not something that is preferred because you are the only judgment, then you're going to say, what is something slightly better than what I have as my baseline? Let me start repeating that. Okay. And you want to go like, you want to say something about whatever is happening right now is happening to my highest benefit. Everything always works out perfectly for me, better than I expect. No matter what's happening in the 3D, I'm always being shown how protected and cared for and loved I am. You want to say a softening statement. But first you ask yourself, what is your baseline? And then I would recommend that David Hawkins scale of emotions. You could just type that in Google. Whatever that baseline was, what is the feeling up from that? What's going to make you feel that way? But you have to word it the way you would speak to yourself, because I'm not you. This is why, like, when people talk about, oh my God, when people talk about what affirmations, you know what I mean? I'm like, whatever affirmation I say is, I talk very, I'm my dog, no lube, raw, rough. I have $20 million. All my money, free and clear. Now what? That's how I talk to myself. Maybe someone else might not talk to themselves like that. They'd be like, I'm getting wealthier every day. So how do you talk to yourself? So the situation that you're in now, what is your baseline? How do you bring it a step upward to where your nervous system feels more calm and relieved? That's the feeling that you want to go for. You want to go for relief, okay? Because whatever is burdening, oh my God, I love this from Florence Scovel Shin. She says this thing. I don't know exactly how the quote goes, but she says, I cast this burden upon the Christ within me. I am free. I walk in peace. Woo-saw that shit out. Shake it out like the fucking exorcist. Spit pea soup out your fucking mouth. I don't give a fuck. But you let that shit go. And I'm telling you, the thing is, okay, and here's something, I'm going to tell you something with my personal experience. I can't speak for no one else, but from my personal experience, my manifestations, whatever I hold in my mind, whatever is going on in 3D, I'm Jalulu as fuck. I ain't got no earth signs. We cool with that. Cool. No problem. Astrology is a belief. I believe in it, so it works to me. Cool with that. I'm psychic. So when I get an intuition, it works to me. Cool. That's a belief. But what I'm telling you, this is a cut water talking. Oh my God, fuck no. We can't have no slow jams on. They try to play a slow jam on my fucking mix. Fuck that. Anyway, what works for me is being in the moment with no expectation. And Bashar, oh my God, a lot of you have heard about Bashar. I'm sure you've heard about Bashar. I don't agree with everything that he says, but I agree with some of the things that, like I said, with all these people, I don't agree with everything that they say, but Bashar, he talks about you have no expectation of an outcome. For me, speaking for me, oculus arcanum. If I have no expectation, I'm just like, okay, my dog, you have no expectation. You know what that is? That's true neutral. That's what that is. You're not tilting the scales either way. You're in harmony. You're just like, okay, I look down, what color shirt I'm wearing? I'm wearing a black shirt. Now what? What you gonna do? Nothing. When I have had no expectation of something, when I just was in the moment, just being guided, and the ego was shut off, which is what I said earlier. This is all connected. This is why it's going to go on YouTube. So all you could see this later or now, whenever you're watching this. Ooh, thank you for the, ooh, I like that. Holla. Thank you so much for the gift. So what you want to do is have no expectation. But here's the thing, here's what it makes it contradictory, right? Because when you have no expectation, it kind of seems like you're contradicting your manifestation, because you're like, well, I'll just say for me, $20 million, just here you go, lands in my lap, cool, free and clear, right? No, nothing. Just here you go. 20 million for me to take home. That is my home with me right now. $20 million. That, right? So that would be like the manifestation. But I walk around, okay? Let's say I get my lashes done. I get my nails done. Whatever the fuck I do. I pay my gym membership. I'm not thinking anything about the $20 million. I'm not thinking, oh, well, if the $20 million was here, then blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just like, it's done. The $20 million is already here. I'm just living my life however the fuck I live it. Whatever feels right in the moment, I'm going to go for it. If I check my bank balance and it says 19 million and not 20 million, I'm not going to go into a frenzy. I'm going to be like, well, that was an error on their part. Bank error in your favor, motherfucker. Ooh, I circled the board. You know what I'm saying? I'd get $200 for passing go. My money is always increasing. You see what I'm saying? But I don't have an expectation. Like, I'm going to go to the bodega every day and buy a lotto ticket so I can get my 20 million. See, that would be an expectation, right? Compared to the 20 million is already here. And I always add, it's here perfectly and magically to my delight, because we don't want no crazy shit going on to have the $20 million. You know what I'm saying? So I always add that. So it's not technically fucking with the how, because you're not going to know exactly how. I promise you, you're not going to know exactly how. The how is just going to be so natural. But I like to lube it. I like to lube with the how. And I like to be like, magically and perfectly to my benefit and favor, just so it's smooth. And every time that I think of $20 million, I'm like, yeah, it's there. It's cool. It's all good. but there's no expectation of where it's going to come from. So I'm not thinking, am I going to win the lottery? You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking anything of where it's going to come from. I know the how is going to be perfect for me, and I know that it's already done. But when I go out and I get my nails done, I get whatever the fuck I do, I'm not thinking, oh my God. No, I'm just like, well, I have $20 million, so it's okay, whatever I do. So that's what Bashar, this sounds like a drunken rant. It probably is. I'm not drunk, I'm tipsy. If I have another cup of water, I'm be on the floor. So I ain't gonna have another cup of water, but goddamn. Okay, so what Bashar says, which is what I took the long way around to explain, is that you hold the intention without an expectation of the how, but you can lube up the how by just saying it arrived divinely, perfectly, beautifully for me, better than I expected. That's why I always say better than I expected. You say better than I expect for any motherfucking thing, your ego is not going to fight you on it, I promise you, because you're not giving the ego a baseline story to jump on and latch on to. You're just going to be like, better than I expected. So the ego is kind of like dumbfounded, like, yeah, okay. Like, you know what I mean? It's just going to sit there. It's not going to fucking do nothing. It's not going to try to chirp at you. Okay? But you don't want to have an expectation of how it's going to happen. I don't even know what the hell is going on. Oh my God, what is going on in the chat? Jesus Christ. I don't know if I can even scroll. Oh my God. Oh my God, what is going on in the chat? Okay, let's see. Wee. Okay. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Bro, I'm seeing comments about the slow jams. Oh, hell no. You know, I'm definitely not into no bank error in your face. Yo, Shari, I don't know if you're still in the chat, girl, but hell yeah, exactly. Magically and perfectly. Oh my God. Okay. Better than I expected. So we do nothing. Okay. God damn, I was on a drunken rant. I kind of like it. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Better than you could have imagined. Everything comes to you magically, beautifully better than I expected. Okay. You feel your buzz. Oh, Genesis. You feel my buzz. Power to you. Holla. I'm not even drunk. I don't even think you want to know me being drunk. I don't even really get drunk because I have such a low tolerance. So I don't think I could physically be drunk, but I'm feeling nice. I'm going to do the next one. I need to get the can anyone tell me, please, is there an earth sign in the chat that can tell me how to pronounce? Because I don't want to go to the store and like sound fucking weird. The liqueur that goes in a dirty martini called VER mouth. How do you say that? Is it vermouth? Is it vermouth? Is it vermouth? Does anyone? Vermouth. Thank you. Ooh, air sign. Okay, cool. Air sign. Yeah, y'all were logical too. So we need logic up in the chat because, you know, my fire sign, I'm just about like, it tastes good. We about to party. That's all I'm about. Okay, vermouth. Thank you so much, guys. We gonna do the next live. I'm gonna have me a dirty martini. I'm gonna have some olives, yo. I'm gonna have some pimento olives. Fuck yes, because I just love pimento olives. Jesus, get off the notorious penis. Ooh, Miss Sherry, you're an Aquarius girl, what? Yo, holla, I love Aquarius. Fuck yeah. Jamie, my beauty tips are number one, you do the O method. You know what I'm talking about, the O method? Ooh, I'm doing some one-eye symbolism. Oh no, am I Illuminati? You do the O method and you think about yourself and how sexy you are. You look at yourself in the mirror. Oh, I know. I love Aquarius too, Sherry. I fucking love. Oh, Monica, you're Aquarius. Hell yeah. I love Aquarius. Man, I've never met an Aquarius that I can get along with. I fucking love y'all. But to continue the answer, you do the own method, but you think about yourself at the point of, and then you look at pics of yourself and you just say, damn, I'm so sexy. You put on outfits, you get yourself done up, or whenever you going out and you just like, damn, I'm so sexy. I'm so sexy. So that's not exactly a beauty tip, but it is, because you have to view yourself as beautiful and sexy before anyone else can. You see what I'm saying? So whatever makes you feel good and confident, you got to do that. When you do that, I don't know if it's hard, yeah, because no one else needs to be on the pedestal. Like, you're on the pedestal. It's your reality. Who the fuck else would be on the pedestal? You know what I'm saying? Whew. You guys are all on the pedestal. Like, you know, you on the toilet looking at my mirror. Yo, I love it. Yo, Sherry, for real. For real. Because you know what? Everyone wants you on the toilet looking in the mirror rather than a model walking down the runway. That's how sexy you are. That's the self-concept right there. That's what it is. You on the toilet is better than the supermodel on the runway. That's it. That's how you have to view it. That is so perfect. I love it. I absolutely love that. You guys are lit, bro. Like, you're so fucking lit, all of you. I went on some sermon. I forget what I was talking about. This is why I'm happy that I have these this one is gonna go on YouTube, providing, because I'm covered today. So apparently, you know, I guess I'm okay for TikTok. But let me tell you, that shit was wild, because I kept like, and I don't do like, when people ask me, do I do anything for self-concept? I don't do anything for self-concept, because I already naturally think like that. So I'll be like this. I'll be like in my hood. I'm like, damn, I'm the finest shit ever. Like, fuck yeah. Like, look at me, you know? And then I just naturally think like that. So TikTok picked it up and was like, oh, you're trying to sell adult services. I'm like, I am? Like where, bro? Like, the fuck? Y'all vanilla if you think having a conversation is an adult service. Like, goddamn, but whatever. Mickey Mouse, you love to watch the lives on YouTube. I'm glad you enjoy. Genesis, yeah, it is a hoodie. It is a hoodie. I mean, it got a few things going on, but I like it because when I have the point on the top, I look like a druid priest. Like, hello. And I know in one of my past lives, I believe in past lives. Yes, it's a belief system. I know I was a druid priest in one of my past lives. What kind of kink would that be? Girl, I don't know, because my kink is? My kink is I'm talking about quantum mechanics with a dude wearing a plague doctor fucking beak and a robe and a hood. Which I have lived. I have lived that. So, I mean, I've fulfilled my destiny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you replay my lives when you're in traffic or cooking, always make you laugh. Well, I'm glad. I'm here for entertainment. That's what I'm about. I'm an entertainer. Bro, I have Sun, Trine, Ascendant in fire signs, Aries and Sag. I'm here for your entertainment. That's what we hear. That's why I be like, would people take shit so seriously? Like, if you make a sex joke or something, like, my dude, I'm an Aries. The fuck you want me to joke about finance? I'm not a Capricorn. Like, Jesus, get off the notorious penis. I don't know. But that's just what I'm about. My jokes are very, very sexual because I'm an Aries. Find it, yo, seriously, I don't know, when people talk about finance, I just kind of, I'm like that, like I don't even, like, my mind is elsewhere. I'm talking to like someone in the ethers, like, seriously. Ooh, Aries and Sag, hell yeah, fire up in the chat. I love it. I get along with everyone. As long as you a cool ass motherfucker, I get along with you. You know, three stocks and pot. Yo, Sherry. Oh my god. Oh my god, your SP is a Capricorn and Gemini rising. Whoa, that's a contradiction right there. Damn. Okay. Ooh, Leo, holla. Fire signs up in the chat. We had a lot of Virgos. I love Virgos. I literally love Virgo. You know what I love about earth signs? Like, literally, if there's something going on in the 3D, it'd be the most minute thing, right? Like, let's say all I need to do is restart my phone. I start freaking out and I'm like, this is so boring. It's so boring. It's so boring. Cause I don't want to wait that like 1 minute, 30 seconds, like, cause it's so boring. I'm like, and then they just take the phone from me and they take it gently and they're like, it's okay. I'm going to restart your phone. Do you want to talk about something while I restart your phone? And I'm like, it's so calming. I love that energy because I can't, like, I get so bored. I have Mercury in the 3rd house. So I get so bored, but I'm also easily entertained. And that's why I'm scatterbrained. That's why I'm like all over the place. I have a short attention span and I'm quick. So then when something happens in 3D, I swear an earth sign always comes to the rescue. They're just like, I'll handle it. And they're okay with handling it. I'm like, my dog, you good with that? Like you okay? Yeah, it's easy. I'm like, it is? I'm like, it's so boring. I'm like, how come I just can't tell it to like magically restart? And then they just look at me like, but I ain't got no earth signs, so, you know, it's all good. Justice for Virgos. Oh my God. Yo, I love Virgos because they be having this side of them that I'm like, all of that was going on. Okay, talk about kink. Aqua Sun, Sag Moon, Virgo rising. Nice. Can you pray and still manifest? You want to be asking yourself that, okay? Because you can do whatever you want, but if you have a belief that you can't, then that's going to stop you. So if you're cool with praying and you're cool with manifesting, then you want to go with that as a positive thing for you. Your son is a Capricorn and you always look at him like he's a be a good husband. Oh, hell yeah. I could definitely... Capricorn have that, like, the daddy energy in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, they, like, oh my God. Whenever I've been with a Capricorn, I'm like, I just lay back. I'm like, he got this handled. He got it figured out. And it's fucking lit. I fucking love it. I do love Capricorns. Capricorns are like, they're legit. Like, I love Capricorns. Like, I get along best with air signs and earth signs, but like Capricorns are ride or die. They're friends, relationships, like they're like, I got you. They fucking mean it. I fucking love Capricorns. Yo, Sherry, I'm telling you, he's a real one. And you already know that because he's your son, but he's a real one. Like, girl, you know it. You know it. They make the best provide. Yeah, yo, Capricorn, yo, I'm telling you, like, that business-minded mindset, I mean, I'm not like that, so I don't understand it. So, like, Capricorns would be like, blah, 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 and I'm like, huh? Like, don't worry, I got it. And I'm like, okay, good. Cause I don't, but like at the same time, I feel like, well, I know I provide fun to Capricorns because I'm just so like out of pocket. They just start laughing. They're like, yo, what? Like, what? Where did that come from? I don't know, man. I love Capricorns. Your Capricorn Venus, well, you still got Capricorn. Your fictional crush is the Capricorn. Capricorn, I do like Capricorns. I think Capricorns are fucking amazing. Like the signs that I get along with the best that have always been close to me are either Capricorn, Aquarius, or Taurus. So I don't know what that says about me. I like earth fixed energy because but it would kind of be true because I'm kind of unstable, right? Like I'm like, ah. So like that would be a good balance. Oh my god. Just pay the whole bill, fill up the tank. Hell yeah. Oh my god. Um how about Libras? I don't think I can ever meet a Libra that I wouldn't get along with because Libras are really good at like, how do I say this? Like they know what you like and what you want, and they know that intuitively, so they kind of just do that. And they're very social. And like if you want to party, if you want to know where all the like hot spots are, like Libra will go up to anyone and just start talking to them. But they're also like, they can be, I don't want to say detached, but it's kind of like they're only gonna let you in if they allow that, but they're still gonna appear warm and caring and knowing what you want because they see that's what you want from them. So they have an intuition, but they also have a guard up. Because remember, Libra is the scales, and they're the only zodiac sign that is not represented by like a live entity, like a humanoid or a mammal, right? An animal. They're the scales. So it's neutral. So they're just like, okay, like, yeah, this person enjoys when I go out to bars with them. So I'm going to do that. But are they going to really get to know me? They might, but they might not. Like it is so, they can kind of be wavering, but like, Nelson, you're a Libra. Oh my God. Libra men are great. So sweet and strong. Better Scorpios. Oh shit. I've never dealt with any Scorpios, so I don't know. I've never dealt with a Scorpio or a Pisces. I don't know what it is. And it's like, I don't even have any thought about them because I've never dealt with any of them. So I don't know how they are, but Scorpio and Pisces, I don't know how they are. Gemini men are hilarious. They're quick as fuck. I love their sense of humor. They're just so fast. They are just amazing. Both of those are hell. Oh my God. Really? Are they? Libras are committed. Yeah, Libra is a sign of partnership ruled by Venus, right? So you would think that, you know, their relationship and their commitments are a priority to them. But I've never dealt with a Scorpio or Pisces. Anyone, any gender. I mean, maybe in passing, but I've never been close to one, so I can't even speak about how they operate. Cancer men, I mean, in my opinion, like, it really depends on the person, but like, when they don't give a shit, they're gonna let you know, no filter, that they don't give a shit. If they really care, they are not going to let you go ever. And they're going to let you know every single detail about their life. They're going to want to do everything for you. But there's also the side of them where if you try to fuck them over, you're going to get pinched with those crab claws. Like they'll go for like what they know hurts you. But at the same time, they can be very loyal and devoted. And they are, I mean, the loyalty, they're like, this is what it, like, they really care. Like, if a Cancer cares about you, they care. You don't even have to question that. But if you fuck them over, it's like, whoa. It's like kind of like night and day. Yeah, I can see the emotional thing. I mean, it depends also on the moon sign, because there have been cancers that I've met, and like depending on the moon or the rising sign, like I can definitely see the feeling aspect, but are they going to act on it? And that would depend on, like, you know, other aspects of the chart. But like, I mean, yeah, I'm not like I'm most compatible with men that are very stoic. So, so like I don't really, oh my God, Aquarius men are red flags. I love Aquarius men, Monica. I love. I would have to say, if there was like a circle graph of men that I've dated, like 70% is Aquarius, and then like 30% is like other. I only have dated Aquarius men, and I fucking love Aquarius men. Like, I mean, I've dated other signs that I've loved, obviously, but like, I don't know, like Aquarius men to me, like even Aquarius women, like I get along with Aquarius. Like I like Aquarius men because it's like I'm hot-headed, and the ones that I've personally dealt with have tend to not be hot-headed. So I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, you want a pretzel? And I'm like, what? Like, I'm hungry, you want a pretzel? Like, it's just like they're not even tuned into that. So it's like it doesn't hype me up to get even more mad. And Aquarius men and Capricorn men have been the only sign men that have been so stoic that they don't even feed into me being a hothead. Aquarius and Aries are high in compatibility. I know that, Sherry. Hell yeah. Aquarius men are not passionate. What? Oh my God, that's so crazy how we all have different experiences. I found Aquarius men to be the most passionate and the most romantic and the most charming and the most chivalrous and the most caring and compassionate and just kind-hearted. Like I don't, oh my God, Aquarius men are just, I mean, but that's mostly what I've dealt with. So I don't know, maybe I don't know better. I love Aquarius men. Oh, you flirt for sport and Aquaman are the same. I don't know. I don't see them that way. I see them as like, oh my God, Aquarius men to me are like angels. I mean, at least that's how the ones that I've dealt with have behaved towards me. I'm like, wow, they're so amazing. We are passionate. We really, really like you. Yeah, that's true, Sherry. Yes, that's very true. And Aquarius are devoted. Like they are ride or die. Like if they love you, they are there forever. Stay away from water. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know how like Aquarius would be with like water. That would be, I mean, I think maybe a Pisces would be able to handle it because they're so flexible, but like I've never dealt with a Pisces, so I don't know. Okay, guys, my phone is like dying, and I don't know what is going on here, but I don't want this to get too long. I was talking for like I don't know how long, so I want to get this post on YouTube. Yo, Sherry, I agree with exactly what you just said. Clingy as hell with who you like, and someone who you're not into will call you the devil. Yo, I definitely, I mean, but my experiences with any Aquarius have always been positive. So, I mean, I'm happy with that. But I do know that Aquarius can have that like super detached nature. But I mean, I don't know. Does air calm fire? It depends on the person. For me, Aquarius calm me down. Libra and Gemini kind of hype me up. So, but Aquarius is fixed. So it's going to be steady. You know what I mean? But I'm going to get off here, guys. Thank you so much for the likes, for the shares, for the follows, for the commentary, for the conversation. I love you all. This will be on YouTube. My phone, I need to charge it. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. Bye. Phone, I need to charge it. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. Bye. Love you all. Bye.